The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
20.
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Here we go, Feel Good, Friday, September 5th. I'm AJ Hawk sitting here at Pat's desk. He's in Norman, Oklahoma for a big old matchup tomorrow. But first,
Football!
Nailed it.
it's here, it's back. Pat, how do you feel, man? Honestly, last night, Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Unbelievable game. First off, though, Pat, what's it like there in Norman, Oklahoma? You look good, I guess. I don't know what the weather might look like. I know you're there for a big matchup, but what'd you think of last night in this matchup? I feel like it was a great game.
Well, AJ, thank you for traveling over there to the Thunderdome with the boys. It's another Friday of college football season. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful thing. Norman, Oklahoma is great. You know, we're in Tornado Alley here, so we got a little rain coming in. The flight this morning did have a little bumps and roughs, but it's beautiful out here in God's country. Cannot wait for tomorrow. Michigan, Oklahoma, game day in the morning. Should be an electrifying day here in Boomer Sooner world. John Mateer, real deal. So is Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood just turned 18 like 3 weeks ago. He looks like a 45-year-old man out on the field. He is certainly a special talent and worth every dollar that Michigan paid to have him be their quarterback. Starting freshman, obviously Sharon Moore and the boys. Got a couple running backs, got an offensive line. Are they back to pounding? I think so. Tomorrow should be a great test for the Oklahoma team who loves Mateer. Venables obviously settled in his culture here. And we got, the stars are going to be out. I believe Trey Young, he's the celebrity guest picker. I'm not sure if that has been out there yet. It has been announced. Okay, that's great news. As Gumpy tells me, I didn't ruin anything. So we're excited. Tomorrow should be awesome. Lucky to be here. You got bells going off. Obviously, you got perfect weather on the outside. A little bit of a drizzle. It's a magical fall day. And speaking of a magical day, this morning we woke up and we were able to completely overreact to an NFL game. Yeah. Congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles winning, and congrats to the Dallas Cowboys for covering. It kind of went exactly how we thought it was going to go. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys come out slicing and dicing. Shawty looks like a genius, and his time management and situational awareness was phenomenal. Now, Javonte Williams, I don't think any of us knew that he was going to be the guy for the Dallas Cowboys this year. I didn't hear his name said one time all offseason. I heard Micah talked about it a little bit. I heard Shawty talked about it a little bit. Obviously, Dak is going to get a little bit of chatter. That guy's the real deal. The Dallas Cowboys offensive line without Jalen Carter in there, which can't do that. Especially opening night, banner night. Every camera in the world is going to be on Dak Prescott, especially you, Jalen Carter. You are the guy for this Philadelphia Eagles defense and have become that. I think everybody that's ever played football, as somebody's dropping something, AJ, please don't break my shit back there. Please. Please. There's a lot of things in a lot of places. Please don't do that. But Jalen Carter, I don't think you can do that. And hopefully this is a moment, and I think his shirt said first year being rich afterwards. Whenever he gave his interview, that was what he wore. It's like, hey, it's also your first year being the guy. You are the franchise guy for the defensive side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this can be quite a learning lesson that, hey, all eyes are going to be on him. Now, later video showed Dak Prescott sneaking up in between his offensive linemen and spitting at the ground and then laughing in Jalen Carter's face. And obviously, once that video surfaces, everybody's like, whoa, hold the phone now. That kind of, he did the Drewski White Hicks spit to Jalen Carter where he spits on the ground right in front of him. I think there's a lot of a difference between spitting on somebody's chest or sternum versus spitting on the ground in front of them. But I do appreciate Sunday Night Football releasing that video like 3 hours later after we all very much judged Jalen in the entire process. The boys are fired up. Jalen needs to know he can't be doing that. And now he's going to become a target to the greatest shit talkers on earth. Everybody that they play against is going to try to go up to Jalen and immediately piss him off and just try to get him out of the game because it was very obvious that he was not on the field. And that was with that running game that Shawty did right down the middle of that Philadelphia Eagles defense. I don't think anybody expected that as the game plan because this dude was going to be on the field. Instead, he has 0 plays. So that can't happen for the Philadelphia Eagles. With that being said, Saquon's still Saquon. That offensive line still that offensive line. Jalen Hurts looks better than he's ever looked. A.J. Brown didn't even catch a ball until, 11:45 p.m. last night, and they were still so damn prolific. I saw Dotson get a big shot instead of Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So there's still so many things for this Philadelphia Eagles offense to kind of open up, and Jalen Carter being back on the defensive side changes how they look. So congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles getting a huge win. And to the Dallas Cowboys, man. Hey, AJ, you ever meet my friend CD? You ever meet my friend CD?
Who?
CD's nuts, cuz. We saw his drops. CD's drops. It was not good. And obviously, we all have immense amount of respect for CD Lamb, which is why the response is what it is whenever he does some things that are very out of the ordinary for him, especially in game-winning situations. When this ball is dropped over top in a bucket, 24-20, and CD drops, not this one, the next one, I believe, that's about to happen. This one, bang, 2:45 left, 24-20. Dak steps up in pressure, puts it on you like that can't happen. CD knows that can't happen. Dak understands that that's not going to happen going forward. But that's kind of the story of the game, is the fact that there was a couple big-time plays that the Dallas Cowboys could have made and won this game. And if they exit that game, and CD, once again, you're going against your own reputation and expectations. Everybody thinks you're going to catch that. Every wide receiver number 1 around the league, I think, catches that in that moment, just as we're doing it. So CD has an off night at the end, even though he had a massive first half. I think he will not do what he did. I like the Dallas Cowboys, too. I like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I like their vibe. I like everything they had last night. And the Philadelphia Eagles get a win on Banner Night, which is obviously big for the city.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, when you're watching the Cowboys, the first drive, I'm sitting here thinking of the North Carolina game. Remember North Carolina TCU?
Yeah.
You see that? I'm like, hey, all right, maybe the Cowboys can be consistent. They can keep this up, and it's not going to be a one-off. And I feel like for the most part they did keep it up. But how do you think the whole lightning delay, that's the old cliche question. Who did it help more? Yeah. Who needed that lightning delay more? Who came out better after the other side?
Well, I thought it was going to be me. I thought, okay, this is an excuse for me to fall asleep, okay? Because they said it was going to be 47 or 57 minutes at the beginning, and I don't know. They don't got Joe Nardo reading a Doppler, so I had no idea how they were going to be that accurate. It ended up being 65 minutes in total, I believe, of a delay. And every time I tried to fall asleep, I was just like, nah, this is a really close game here. 24-20 in the third quarter. It's opening night. I can power through this. I could say I watched till the end. I'm very pumped about that. I don't know how often that's going to take place on some of these games, especially if there's a 65-minute delay. But yeah, I think both offenses lost their luster. Obviously, there's no points scored afterwards. I tried to do a giveaway, something random in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. I
was like, hey, who's going to be the final scorer? Because the over at 47 not hitting is just absolutely absurd. I think it's like 173-1 now for 50 points to be scored after 40 points was scored in the first half or something like that. Some ridiculous stat. Like, that should have went over. It does not go over. But I just wanted to know who's going to score who's going to be the final point scorer. Is it going to be a kicker? Is it going to be a touchdown? Is it going to be a run? What is it going to be? How is this game going to end? Because we all saw it coming down to the final, kind of final drive. And then at the bottom, I just added this in because I saw myself getting bamboozled by people that would just put whoever just scored at the moment, I forget who it was, must be another point scored. There wasn't. So, I mean, that was a wild thing to stay awake for. No more points. But there was certainly a lot of plays that were, substantial to the season, I think, as a whole. And OptiStat says, first 8 drives, both teams at tonight's Cowboys-Eagles game all ended with points. The last 8 drive ended with no points. It's the only NFL game in the last 30 years to start with 8 consecutive scoring drives and end with 8 consecutive non-scoring drives. So all the over-bettors, like we were pushing, we got screwed. Everything else, though, Jalen Hurts touchdown, Saquon touchdown, Dallas Cowboys cover, Philadelphia Eagles win. Feels like we're seeing the board pretty fucking good, AJ, does it? It feels like we're kind of maybe seeing it a little.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing it. I mean, the over, it's unreal to me that the over did not hit.
Crazy.
But for me, like Jalen Hurts, how special is this dude? Multiple times you have a 4-man rush for Dallas. And we've seen it a million times. In the back end, they're matching up or their back is turned because they're in man or some kind of match coverage. Four guys, all of a sudden somebody peeks inside, whether their DN gets collapsed down, whatever it might be. Jalen Hurts is so athletic, and he's so calm in the pocket, too, that he can buy time, and he turns and runs. Guess what? My back's already turned. I'm chasing my guy down the field, and that happened multiple times last night. I feel like at the worst times for the Dallas Cowboys. So credit to the Eagles and how they do it, but, man, you have to find a way to contain him and bottle him up and keep him in that pocket. Oh, yeah, I think Pat's got a sweet situation going with his microphone.
Yeah, just change the mic. Yeah, he's a weapon, dude. And, like,
look how calm he is. He's so calm in the pocket. Like, he just has, like, that pocket awareness and then, obviously, the athletic ability and the strength to get, like, not only he can run through you, he run around you. Like, I just love his presence in the pocket.
And he got Dahn. Yeah. You know, like, there's multiple times where he slid. This time, I love him going for it. It's like, and you watch the way he reacts afterwards. Guy's already won a Super Bowl. He's already been a national champion. He's done it all. He's very comfortable being the guy who he is, you know. And Sirianni, he didn't have a lot of emotion last night. No, I mean, he was pretty stoic throughout the entire evening. I think that banner night had a lot of pressure on him, Con Man. I think there was a lot of thoughts about the last banner night and the Eagles getting booed out of the stadium. And whenever Dallas comes out and isn't just a dead fish like everybody had predicted, you know, Sirianni knows he's in the middle of it. Feels like his guys are ready to repeat, though. Honestly, Landon Dickerson leaving, don't love that. Don't love that. That's going to be a big deal potentially going forward. But I like where this Eagles team feels maturity-wise. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Like, even, you know, a big story for people today is, you know, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. They're going to, you know, request trades because they didn't get enough passes. They were blocking their ass off. I thought that was kind of the coolest part. Another guy, you know, when we were another guy, if you will, when we were talking about this Eagles O-line, you know, hey, it's not the same O-line. You know, Mekhi Becton's gone. Landon Dickerson's hurt. Cam Jurgens was running wild yesterday. There was a few times that he was coming around the corner, whether it was on a Jalen run, but he was finishing dudes on the offensive line, pause, as they say. But it was a fantastic game. Just the start to it, you know, right away, the Cowboys, or the broadcast showed, there's Cam Jurgens getting after it. The broadcast showed Trevon Diggs, and I want to say Bland standing right next to Matt Eberflus during the national anthem. And then you hear Jerry after the game talking about how, like, yeah, we all really, really wanted to get this one for Shoddy. So it does feel like that Cowboys team, whether they, you know, the Micah leaving brought them together or whether the offseason they've been together the whole time, it was incredible. But with the Eagles, it does feel as though it's like a repeat. You know, it feels kind of like the Chiefs-Ravens last year where the Chiefs win, but after the game, you're still saying, hey, the Chiefs and Ravens are both going to be great this year, and I damn near have the same feeling, especially when you see Cowboys left tackles throwing left hooks in a rivalry game against the Eagles. Yeah, unbelievable.
Love that. Yeah, I think both these teams are in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Feels like we all think that?
Injury-free,
injury-free, you're right, because Mike McCarthy said if they get lucky, well, hell, hey, Dak stays healthy. Everything they want to do is possible. And I'll say it, Dak looked unbelievable.
Yes.
Dak, I think I forgot about that. And I like that Dak is getting in Jalen Carter's space. Mm-hmm. I like that. You know, like Jalen Carter is a rhino. Like he actually is maybe the strongest guy in the NFL. Also toughest, everything like that. And Dak is just like, nope, this ain't happening. Gets in his face. I respect that. Now, the spit at the dirt, you know, and Jalen Carter answering it and spitting right on his neck. I mean, it's certainly something. I love Jalen Carter, the football player. I really do. But this was stupid. Like thinking nobody would see it, you know, because he thought he was casual. Because he puts his head down and he casually spits that thing right where he's going to feel it. You know, you spit here, not going to feel it as much, my head thing. Right here, he's going to feel that thing. So he, you know, the lug, the hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Right to the Adam's apple is where he knows he's not protected. It's like whenever you're fighting in football and you're trying to get a fist somewhere. We need to hit somewhere where the helmet isn't. He was doing the same thing with his spit. Okay, where do I need to go? Bang. I need to hit him right. Yep, he's going to feel it. Yeah. I want that on his skin. But I think he thought nobody was going to see it. It's like, Jalen, everybody's going to see that. And look at the old buddy there, the trainer. He's sitting there, what was that? There, you know,
holy shit.
A little bit of Dak, are we fighting this guy right here?
How much you gonna get fined? You think? What's that fine look like?
Oh, pretty
I
good.
saw a lot of people calling for him to be suspended a couple more games.
He actually handled it well. Afterwards, he handled it well. I know the shirt you said he was wearing, but what he said. Well, I felt like he said the right thing. This will not happen again. It was on all that stuff. He said to his credit, I guess he did have 4 quarters and a lightning delay to try to get his thoughts together.
He did his time. He did his time, though.
And he's lucky too.
Whenever you do something stupid, though, like this was stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear you say, I was stupid. Whenever he's walking off and smiling, because I think he's just mind blown that the situation's happening. But you see a lot of people on the internet going, he doesn't even know like that. I don't think that was his reaction. Like, I think his reaction was like, I can't believe this. First night, obviously, and he is the guy on the defense. So, like, I think him smiling turned some people off. And I think anything he would have said at the end of the game, nobody wanted to hear. But Big Dom getting him out of there, and I think I think that's him going like, I can't believe this, as opposed to like
he just said, oh my
God,
not
understanding.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like, I think he does know that this was stupid as shit. Like, I think he understands that. Them being able to get a win against a division opponent without him, I mean, has to feel good. And if you're Jalen Carter, you save 4 quarters worth of bumps.
Yep.
He's all of a sudden got a 16-game season now. And it's like, this actually hurt the rest of the NFL that Jalen Carter got rested out there. But what a great start, man. Honestly, Tarico and Collinsworth thought they were throwing their fastball. They even had to fill a bunch of time. Sunday night, Canton had to fill a bunch of time.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great night. The 65-minute delay almost being accurately predicted by whoever was on the Doppler, also very impressive.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great night in total, Ty. I genuinely do.
No, I agree. And I think, you're talking about Sirianni not having very much emotion. Like, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, they know, hey, if we stay healthy, you just look at our roster, our makeup after what we accomplished last year. Like, we're probably the best team in the NFL, on paper at least. And I think walking away from that, with everything else that's going on, and even a couple of guys I think said after the game last night, like, hey, we're done with the Micah stuff. Like, stop asking us questions about Micah. Ask us about the 2025 Cowboys. Like, that's over and done with. I think they played really well when, that was kind of, everyone was waiting for that to be the story this morning, that they could throw it back in Jerry's face. But I think after watching that, you walk away thinking like, wow, the Eagles, if everything goes right, should be right there to win another Super Bowl. And the Cowboys they're impressive. They don't look like a shell of themselves. And like you said, if they stay healthy, they should be a team that could be vying for, one of those 7 playoff spots. And if Dak has the type of season, that he expects to have and what we heard from McCarthy, like, this team could go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if the Dallas Cowboys were to go deep in the playoffs. But shout out to Shoddy. I didn't see any situational dum-dums either. Had all 3 timeouts late, okay, which is huge. Obviously, you're going to need that. Didn't feel like he forced anything. Felt like he stayed committed to the run. It was like, I was pretty proud of Shoddy, actually, on the big stage. And then all the stories about his dad and him, and them showing him during the national anthem where he was clearly having a full conversation with his dad.
Yeah.
And like getting emotional. It was like, I'm almost getting choked up thinking about it right now. It's like, that was a huge night with a lot of distractions for the Dallas Cowboys, for Shoddy, for everybody. And obviously for the Philadelphia Eagles, you can do it as well. I thought they played great. I did. And if CD, who always makes those plays, we're having a completely different conversation today. And I got some tweets. I got a tweet. I sent it to you guys. The guy said, we're going to spend 15, 20 minutes or whatever acting like Dallas had a chance. They did.
They should have won.
That guy fell asleep. He did not watch the post rain delay. Tone, what was the Gomblers last night? Because we hit. All of us hit.
Yep.
Except for, but I think we were abnormal, right? We won like 4 or 5 on our shit, which is not. AJ, we need to be happy about this. Connor, we need to be happy about this.
Believe me, the flying high has not. We have not come down, my friend. We did a little bit during that delay, but yeah, we've remained up here for quite some time. But to your point, I think a majority of the money was Eagles, right?
And Connor actually said this morning, we're going to see it this year, boys, is exactly what he said. And to your point, Pat, about Shoddy, too, that 2-minute drive right before half was awesome, too, when they got the field goal right there. They looked like everything was perfect for them last night, except for, the couple of mistakes that killed them. But as far as gambling-wise, yes, 62% was on the Eagles, so they lost as far as covering that. But the big break of the night was that like 75-80% of people were on the under. So a lot of people, I think, maybe went to bed last night thinking that they were screwed. But then they were not, because that was one of the wildest things. I even sent out a tweet like, all right, under's good, or sorry, over's good, or whatever.
Oh, what? Yeah, it's your fault.
Tony!
Come on, man. You know that.
What
You
the hell?
piece of shit. Why'd you do that?
I didn't exactly say it was good. I insinuated it was good. I don't know.
What
'cause
was
it was.
the tweet, Tony?
What's your problem?
Tape here, Tony.
I said.
What's your problem?
I said, obviously hasn't gone over yet, but the overall
Oh,
felt pretty
shut up.
good.
Just save it.
Tony!
Just save it. I appreciate how active everybody was last night on X, by the way. We were a good follow last
So
night
back.
as a team. I think as a team, we were a very good follow.
First game
Everybody
back,
kind of... It was great to be in there with you guys, and had to post the photo after the delay, just letting motherfuckers know I'm still up.
Yeah, still
You know, I
bringing
just
it.
want to let... Yeah, got a
I
kid.
did fall
Got a
asleep.
kid. Got travel early in the morning. You know, got the whole thing still up because how much we love ball. There was a couple 15-second commercials I powered through, too, to watch football. So call me a fucking hero. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, a man who is going to be on your television for the next 6 months every damn day. He's a dog, former teammate of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, the quarterback guru for all of sports entertainment, Dahn Orlovsky. Dano, what up? Oh, loose tie. We're in a car. We're so cool. Yeah, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You just called yourself an effing hero.
Yeah, it's because I watched 15 seconds of commercials a few different times last night and kept the game on because I like
great.
watching. And you should see what I do with Red Zone, too. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
That's
I'm a
what you
terrible
think
guy.
now.
Be careful.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what you
gonna
think
watch
now,
it.
bro.
I don't know if you should say that.
All those people that are saying horrendous things to me, let's talk on Monday, see if you watch Red Zone, Jeff. Okay? If you did, I would like apologies because that's what I was meaning. I guess I didn't say it accurately enough to your liking, but there's a lot of people calling me a Disney shill for saying I'm still going to watch Red Zone because they're having 4 15-second commercials. It's like whenever this finally gets over to ESPN and Disney, our show's more than likely not even going to be on ESPN. So to act like that is what we're doing is an absolutely absurd thing. Nonetheless, can't wait to watch Red Zone. If you don't watch it, I think you're going to miss it. I think if you're a Red Zone watcher, you would have already known that ads were in last year. And also, I think you'll say, that 15-second break actually gave me a chance to check my phone. Gotta take a piss. Look at another game. And I think the NFL knows that they have us, Dan. And the NFL knows that they have us. Don't love it. Wish there was nothing. But they know that they have us. Let's talk about the game last night. Great start for the NFL. Stars showing up. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, I guess not much. But every other star that you know played big last night. Shoddy didn't make any dumb decisions. Sirianni soon to be super locked in. Jalen Hurts played out of his mind, as did Dak Prescott. For you, perfect start to the NFL season, and what is something we should think about?
Yeah, I think the big takeaways if you're Philadelphia is one, Jalen was perfect. I mean, you play as perfect a game as you can given what's asked of you. I think he had 4 incompletions. 3 of them are drops, and then 1's a throwaway. So, 19 and 19 is pretty sensational. And I think this, carried the team in many ways. They didn't dominate running the football. The receivers weren't a massive part of it. But, I think, and I've learned this and kind of evolved with my thoughts on Jalen and my perspective of him is he just is one of those guys that just seems to do whatever it takes to win the football game and whatever it takes to have that play be successful and win that football game because, Dallas, I don't know what the numbers are, but Dallas seemed to play a ton of zone coverage and just keeping everything in front of them. Contrast to what Dallas used to be under Dan Quinn and Zim, it was like man pressure, man pressure, man pressure. This was just zone after zone after zone. And the lack of rush discipline, when no one's open, quarterback has to throw the football, wait for a seam, and when those defensive linemen get on different levels, that's when he hurts you. And so I think if you're Philly, you're like, our quarterback looked absolutely fantastic. I think the second thing is, one, the defensive penalties. I'm not telling everyone overly concerned about them, but they got to be addressed. Those 9 penalties, I think, for over 100 yards, what are we actually doing? So I think from that perspective, you're going defensive penalty you didn't love. And then opposite Quinyon Mitchell has to be a conversation. Jalen Carter is going to impact how long a quarterback can hold the football, no doubt. He's defensive player of the year candidate. But if I talked about it all day yesterday, everyone knew, like, hey, they're going to throw the ball opposite Quinyon Mitchell. And then Dak comes out and does it basically all game. That's got to have your attention. And so I'm not sitting there saying it's panic mode, but that's got to have your attention. So you play your C game and win. If you're Philadelphia, that's got to feel good. I think if you're Dallas, you got to be crazy encouraged. One, you beat yourself. So that's, how do you want to look at it? But 4 drops and the fumble, the Miles Sanders fumble, shout out to Zach Bond. The play by Zach Bond is absolutely phenomenal. But the Miles Sanders fumble is huge because it doesn't happen unless Zach tracks him down. And like seeing where Bond comes from is nuts. So you beat yourselves if you're a little bit from Dallas, but you go, man, Shoddy had us operating. I heard you guys talk about it. We looked like a competent football team. Operation, they were all over it. The interior part of your offensive line looked very good. Again, no Jalen Carter, so that factors in, but you're trying, positives. Dak looked great. I thought Dak looked better last night. Dak looked better last night than he did at any point last season. And I actually thought the run defense was solid, solid. So I think there's a lot of encouragement if you're with Dallas as well.
Dano, if you're playing against, say, your Dallas defense, you're playing against Jalen Hurts. We saw how many times he can hurt you with his feet and his presence in the pocket. When someone would peek or they'd collapse inside one of those edge rushers and give him a giant lane, and maybe the defender's backs were turned, whatever the coverage was. Like, what would you do if you're trying to play Jalen Hurts? What would teams in the future? What can they do to try to stop this guy?
Well, isn't that what they're supposed to do, too? Like, isn't that's supposed to be the answer, right? Is zone with eyes on the quarterback, right?
To me, it looked like their backs were turned a lot chasing guys. If they're playing zone, we're here, we're looking at quarterback the whole time, and we might drop at an angle, but our eye, we probably have 6 underneath guys with our eyeballs on the quarterback in case he runs.
Yeah, it seems AJ, like this clip, it seems like this has a lot of match personality or principles to it. Like,
especially
for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, AJ could speak to it better than me, but you're playing zone defense, and then when a person on the other team, receiver, tight end, back, comes to your area, you match them. So it becomes a man type of coverage. I think in these situations, your rush just has to be crazy disciplined. You have to force him to stay within the pocket, and then you have to have a spine. I asked Brewski today, I'm like, why no spine? He's like, well, then I'm taking somebody away from coverage. And so obviously a huge conversation last night is, man, A.J. Brown gets 1 target and, Devontae Smith has only 3 catches, but that's the style of defense that Dallas was playing. Dallas decided under Eberflus, they were going to play in that shell umbrella coverage. They were going to keep the ball in front of them. They weren't going to give you the opportunity to throw that go ball down the field to A.J. Brown one-on-one, and they were going to minimize that part of the game. If you think about, like, the only ball that goes over their heads is Dotson. But I go back to last year. I mean, think about how they start the Super Bowl. Kansas City just lined up and played man coverage, and it was like shot down the field. So that's the beast that you're playing against. And so I think a lot of the conversation around the wide receivers is unwarranted given how the defense played. I thought the quarterback did what he was supposed to do on those plays given what the defense did. I don't know if there's a perfect way to play him, AJ. You got to have really good rush discipline, I would imagine. Obviously, incredibly sticky coverage. And then you got to be great when it comes to pursuit of him. So he played high level football decision making wise last night.
And doesn't everybody just assume that he's only going to get better and better because his work ethic is absurd? That's all everybody says. His work ethic is insane. He's obviously, his dad was a coach. So, like, the way he views every single day, he's just trying to get better and better and better. And there's obviously a lot of people on the internet that don't want to give him a lot of credit because he's wildly handsome, very cool, and incredibly successful. And he'll wear a Kangol hat backwards every once in a while. So there's a lot of things he does, I think, that people just go, this guy can't be this perfect. But when it comes to being an NFL quarterback, he seems to be perfect for Nick Sirianni and this Philadelphia Eagles offense. And watching him last night was sweet because he clearly looked better than he's looked ever. And the same thing with Dak. Now, a couple of things to kind of hit about last night before we move to another game with Dan Orlovsky. It was said by Tirico last night about the K-balls. Like, you saw Jake Elliott hit like a 56-yarder or 58-yarder, and that thing hit like 3/4 up the net. Brandon Aubrey obviously has a massive leg. Teams are now allowed to bring their own K-balls to the game. Okay, so it used to be a rule where teams could bring their own K-balls, and then it got a little ridiculous. Kickers started putting them in like washers and dryers, and these things became like rugby balls. And then all of a sudden, one of those accidentally got put into the field of play. A quarterback had to throw it. I think it was Brett. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a notable quarterback in a notable situation. A K-ball got onto the field. It was so big, so slick, threw a pick. So then they cracked down on K-balls. Then it was brand new footballs were what everybody was kicking. Straight out of the box, straight onto the tee. That's what you're going to kick. All the kickers and punters and special teams coach were like, this is bullshit. This is not good. So then they made a rule for like 10, 15 years where equipment managers, one from each team, would have a 30-minute time frame before the game where they would go into a locker room. There would be an NFL official watching them. They were allowed to have one brush, one bottle of water, and they had 30 minutes to break in 7 balls. So our guy, Frog, had great Christmases because he was probably the best in the entire league at breaking in these balls. But then we play against somebody else or another team that had a shitty ball breaker. That ball would make it onto the field. And when it comes from like a brand new ball to a well broken in ball, which is what these guys are going to be able to take into the game, Froggy was able to break it in about halfway. Okay, so like from brand new ball to what Froggy was able to do, probably like 7-8 yards. 7-8 yards. For a ball that's getting brought into the game, now it has to get stamped of approval. It can't just be the rugby ball that they had back in the day. But they're allowed to bring their practice balls, and if they pass the test that the refs are giving, I think it's a 10 to 15 yard swing for kicking and for punting. Wow. I think this is a big deal. I think this is very, very good for the brand, and I think you're going to see some long kicks this year. Huge punts as well. This also affects the punt game massively. Hang times are going to be absurd. Confidence is going to be at a different level as well. Because me as a punter, whenever I catch a ball and it feels like an absolute, like this ball wants to be murdered, it feels like it's broken in, you're just going to hit it like mentally so much harder. So I think this year with that rule change, it's going to affect things. And I think you're going to see a great year from the kickers.
Kickoffs too, Pat? Will that affect kickoffs too? Will it be harder for guys to field those balls, or will they not use them for kickoffs?
No, they'll still use those balls for kickoffs, and it might be slick for returners. Yeah, I didn't even think about like the punt returners having to kind of deal with it. It's not about the slickness. It's just about how broken in it is. It's not really like
a new ball has like ridges, like where it's sewn together. It's like there's the ridges rise up a little bit. That's why you're right. Those guys that break the balls in, like you said, Frog, like they are invaluable. If you find a good one, they get whatever they need.
Buddy, Vinny kind of told me the game. Vinny's the one, Adam Vinatieri is the one that kind of gave me the whole story about what it used to be. We used to be able to use whatever balls we wanted, brother. It was awesome. Then somebody, abuse leads to restriction.
Pat, can I ask you a question on?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question about the return stuff? I didn't know about it until we met with you could put 3 returners back now. That's they're trying to continue to evolve the kickoff that teams are now. It's legal to have 3 returners back this season. You think anybody does that this weekend? If so,
definitely. And also, I think you're going to see a lot of like creative kicks from the kickers trying to land it in the landing zone. The 35-yard line is insane to just sacrifice with a touchback. I think last night you saw a lot of different tries of kicks and styles of kicks. You saw some mishandling. The one guy back for Dallas was interesting, but obviously it's Turpin. You're going to want him to get the ball regardless. So I think you're going to see a lot of creative shit this year because that's what they're looking for right there. And if that was to skirt through the end zone there after landing in the landing zone and then go through the end zone, that touchback comes at a 20, which is old school, which is what that's a 15-yard advantage. That's a first down and a half advantage if you can get a kicker that can hit like a nasty squib that can go. Now, granted, if you hit a squib, there's a chance it lands early, then it goes to the 40. So there's a lot of I think they are making it better. I think they are making it better. All right, let's pivot away from last night's game and kicking and punting. Just know it's going to be a great year for the brand. I'm here for it. Jake Elliott hit that ball almost over the net from 58. It was like, I love what we're seeing here. And I got a lot of texts from a lot of people around the league. They're like, brother, this is awesome. Like, this is even the snappers. Like, the snappers knowing the ball that they're going to snap, because the newer ball is actually more slick because there's a film on it than the ones that are a little broken in. Nonetheless, let's move forward to the rest of the NFL. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt, about Dan Orlovsky complimenting folks.
Yeah, Dan, on your, Schrager's prediction special yesterday, you mentioned that you think Jordan Love is going to win the MVP this year. And, when you just look at the Packers last year, riddled with drops. They had a lot of them. They're hoping Matthew Golden, I guess, is going to be the number one guy. And they're Josh Jacobs is the bell cow there. He's kind of the centerpiece of the offense. So I guess I'm just curious, why do you think Jordan Love is going to win MVP this year? And is that maybe just, excitement around the Packers with, Micah Parsons getting there and now everyone's kind of picking them to go to the Super Bowl?
No, I think one, it's the health has got to be a huge part of Jordan, so that's a given thing. But I think I would go to the depth that they have, and I had someone say that Matthew Golden was like a Steve Smith type of a wide receiver. So I'm going, okay, if your perspective of him is he's got a similar playing style, I love that. I still think like Reed is a really good player to me. I just think they've got 5 really good wide receivers. I think they got 2 really good tight ends. I think their offensive line is going to continue to be one of the better offensive lines. So like all the things that a quarterback needs to have to play well, supporting cast he has. LaFleur's play calling and scheme is fantastic. And I think the addition of Micah will make LaFleur even more aggressive throwing the football. My perspective of it is this, Ty, like they didn't throw it a ton last year. I think they were like bottom 5 or bottom 7 in the NFL when it came to, throwing the football usage wise, but they're top 5 or top 6 when it comes to execution wise or efficiency wise. So I'm going, okay, you didn't do it a ton last year. Again, injury. I think you'll do it more because the effectiveness of it. And then I just believe Mike is a game wrecker. And so if I'm the offensive coach and I have a guy that I know can wreck the football game and being added to a defense that's good, I'm going, well, let's get more aggressive on offense. Because the one thing I want to do is get that guy to be a pass rusher. And the one thing I even have more comfort of doing then is if Jordan is overly aggressive, and sometimes he can be with the football, and we turn the ball over, dude, we just gave up 2 first-round picks. Go get it back. So I just think it transfers the whole thought process of how they want to play football offensively. And it's like, let's be ultra aggressive on offense. We've got the people, we've got the protection, we've got the quarterback who can do it, we got the play caller who can. And if something bad happens, we just got a game wrecker added to a defense that became a top 10 defense last year. Go get the ball back for us. Because, dude, if we give you a 2-score lead in the second half, it should be blouses. And so I just think
I like that you're saying that because you probably have some inside sources there telling you that that's what they're thinking. But let me tell you what I'm thinking. And Ty, you tell me if I'm right or wrong as an owner of the Green Bay Packers. Okay. They got Josh Jacobs there still?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think you get Micah. We're just trying to get a lead, right? Aren't we just trying to get a lead however we can get it? And then you let Micah hunt. That's kind of like the old Indianapolis Colts. The fact that they have Josh Jacobs as like a luxury, basically, with all the other weapons that you're talking about, I like the Packers a lot. It's all on Jordan Love, though, isn't it? It's all on Jordan Love. Is he a guy?
Yep.
You think he's a guy? Obviously.
I do. I do. I think he's supremely talented. He's obviously got a ton of experience under his belt now. And I think it's that year that they've got all the people around them. They've got all the necessary roles or people that fill those roles. I'm a fan of his. And part of it, too, I just believe that scheme is perfect a fit for like his physical skill set.
Oh, you're done speaking, Dano. Dano, when you look around, Christian McCaffrey, sorry, I thought you were still going on that one. Hey, you see this
inside voices there coming out. No, sorry, go ahead.
So you see this Christian McCaffrey news. We see he's added the injury report. What is it? Achilles, foot? I don't know exactly.
Calf.
How worried are you? What are your insiders telling you? We know you got people dialed in at every single facility in the NFL, but what is this offense if Christian McCaffrey is not out there somewhere close to 100%?
Yeah, this is no insider information. I'm not overreacting to it. I know he's dealt with calf. I think in the past, I believe the season was like Achilles tendonitis, and maybe calf was part of a training camp last year or the year before. I'm hoping it's not kind of a long-term thing and it's just precaution. I will say this. His impact on Brock Purdy's performance is substantial. There's probably not a back in the NFL that has the amount of impact on the quarterback's ability to play as much as McCaffrey does on Purdy. When McCaffrey's on the field, Purdy's one of the best quarterbacks in football. When McCaffrey's off the field, he's not as successful. And so I just think for the 49ers and an organization that's dealt with a lot of injuries here in the last 2 or 3 years, I'm hoping it's cautious and them just being extra careful with it because Brock becomes one of the best quarterbacks in football when McCaffrey's on the field, and it's just a harder road for him when he's not.
Them doing this, putting him on the injury report thing after all the fantasy football drafts for a second straight year.
Yeah.
Woo. I mean, they're not trying to win anybody over. You know, it's like they're not trying to win anybody over as somebody who may or may not have Christian McCaffrey, just because if Christian McCaffrey's in the lineup, I think they're going to have success. Like, that is what it is. If Christian's playing, I believe in the San Francisco 49ers. I like their defense. I love Brock Purdy, love Shanahan, love everything about it. But if you don't have a great running back in that particular offense, I don't think you're going to be as good. I think that was proven last year. Now, is it Brock Purdy that needs to step up? Maybe, but I don't like this coming out like this. I don't like this at all. And I think our message to CMC is, brother, we hope to God you're playing football this year.
Yeah.
We missed them last year. We missed him greatly, and I know there's going to be a lot of people like that. Now, Brock Purdy, I think he has a huge bounce back year if this guy is playing. I think he'll get the respect that he is warranted, and obviously he's getting the paycheck that he has earned in this entire thing. There's other quarterbacks that a lot of people have high hopes for. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Dan, we are blessed. Sunday Night Football, we get the two guys who you wanted to split the MVP last year in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. It's going to be an incredible game. Obviously that, but like big picture, Lamar and Josh, do one of them have to win the Super Bowl this year? Like, which one of those two has more pressure on it, or is it just insane pressure on both of them?
No, it's Lamar. I don't think there's a organization or a team that has more pressure on them than Baltimore. It's okay for us to say that. That's not being a hater.
You picked them to win the Super Bowl. You picked them to win the Super Bowl, by the way. So did I.
I did, and like, here's the thing.
Little bit of a hater. No,
I've had the
Yeah, you sounded like a hater.
Little bit of a hater. Buffalo just paid everybody. Buffalo
What's the
just paid
opposite of a hater?
everybody.
Congratulate. What's the opposite of a hater? Like, I'm the opposite of that when it comes to
Be a lover,
celebrating
you
yourself.
con.
The lover.
Lover. All right, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've had the privilege of sitting with Lamar. Lamar's cool to talk to. Lamar does not run from the fact that, like, he has to win a Super Bowl. He has said that multiple times. He doesn't run from it. This is an organization that sits right now, okay? They have a coach who's won the Super Bowl. They have 5 first-round picks in their secondary. They have a quarterback who's a 2-time MVP.
Bud.
They have a roster 1 through 53 that is arguably the best in football.
What?
And arguably the best in their conference.
What?
Like, there's not many better situations or setups for teams to go win the Super Bowl.
Chuck Pagano.
Okay, so I understand that there's a mountain, in relation to Kansas City. And I understand Buffalo's fantastic and Josh is fantastic. But Baltimore is the better roster 1 through 53 than those two places. They got a quarterback that's able to stand across the field and be like, I can play with you too. And so, he's got to go win the Super Bowl. No one really cares what Lamar does during the regular season. I think we all love watching it, and it's all awesome and whatnot. But if Lamar has another 4,000 yards and 40 touchdown season, it's not going to be like we're going to change our perspective on him. No one's going to. Lamar's got to go win the Super Bowl. Same could be said for Josh Allen. I don't think Josh has the 1 through 53 roster that Lamar does, but Lamar's got to go win Super Bowl.
I respect that. And Connor tried to get you to acknowledge it. Chuck Pagano, also senior assistant for that defense.
Amen.
And the only reason why he's doing that is because, A, he loves Harbaugh, loves that Ravens team, but he's trying to win a Super Bowl. Chuck sees all his friends have Super Bowls. He goes to an event, golf outing, everybody's introduced. Okay? Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, former head coach of the Indianapolis Colts and defense coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Miami University of Miami, Chuck Pagano.
Boo!
Because everybody loves him.
That was Connor.
He's not
Sorry,
getting booed.
I mean, look, I'm assuming they're cheering loud for the Super Bowl rings, but they're not cheering the same for old Italian of the year 2024, Chuck Pagano.
I forgot he was the most Italian too. You can add that into the entirety of it all. But yes, I think he strictly looking for Super Bowl ring, but only wanted to do it in a culture that he loved, And it's like Baltimore's a great place for him to go to. And he talks about Hamilton over there on that side of the defense like he is one of one. Lamar, one of one. Derrick Henry, obviously, I think he was ranked top 10 on the players' top 100 list. And whatever year this is for him, running backs aren't supposed to be this great, this long. Their offensive line is good. I hope Baltimore does it just strictly because that city is going to be outrageous if they win. Think of butter and think of Jimmy's Famous Seafood if the Baltimore Ravens go on and run. I don't know if either of them survive if the Baltimore Ravens win a Super Bowl, but I'm pulling for them. Now, the Buffalo Bills have paid everybody. So you say like 1 through 53, it's not good of a roster. It's like they've gone all in, though. I mean, they've literally paid everybody. So there's a lot of pressure up there in Buffalo, I think, as well. Not to undercut your take, but I think that is very, very true. Now let's go to a team that has a lot of pressure on it, and a guy that has a lot of pressure on it, but doesn't get really talked about because it's Los Angeles. Justin Herbert tonight, obviously, big game. Same with Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Dano, what do you think about tonight's game? The game in Brazil last year, we all remember the field was a massive question mark, and also wearing green was a massive question mark, and now the Chiefs and Chargers are down there. Gun to my head this morning, if you told me to name a Chargers defensive lineman, I would have told you shoot me because I didn't really know who was on their defense. Not too sure about it. Thinking about the Chiefs here, just being a former New England Patriots, dynasty, watching that my whole entire life. Feels like every time Brady lost the Super Bowl, they came back to next year and either went to the AFC Championship or won the Super Bowl. How does the Chargers hang around with the Chiefs tonight and going forward? Mekhi Becton, I believe, is now questionable with an illness for tonight. That was an update this hour. How do you see tonight going, and why is it not Chiefs -3? Because it feels really obvious.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a great football game. The Chargers played last year against the Chiefs. They lost, I think, 17-10 and 19-17. So 2 tight games. I think the Chiefs win tonight. I do.
Yeah, is that right? That's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. We think so too.
Good. I didn't want to hear
offensive line.
Oh.
You got to go back. You're in
Start
wherever
over.
the hell you are. There's no service. All the way back to the beginning, yeah. Now you look like a finger painting, but we probably still hear you.
You want me to go again, or do you want just Dan to go again, Pat?
Well,
We're going to
it sounds
reconnect.
like Dan's not able to.
Drive him through a tunnel.
Funny you say that. It's
guy.
Dan no go whenever you talk about Dan Orlovsky. But everything you pointed out there about that Chargers team, we were in that building. I love their culture.
Love it.
I love their building. I love Coach Harbaugh. I love Justin Herbert. I love Derwin James. Is Khalil still over there?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Talk about not knowing a D lineman. I guess he's outside linebacker. I don't know.
No, it was just kind of a joke. This morning, I was really trying to go through who's on that team, but with Bosa, aside from Bosa and Mac, I wasn't sure. And then I remember Keenan Allen is back too as well. But I mean, it's not as many. It's not as many players that you're thinking of notable names personally. It's almost
Ask your question again from the top.
From the top. Dan,
Hannah's back.
Dan, good to see you. Always a pleasure. That's not true, but whatever. So Chargers, Chiefs tonight in Brazil. Last year, field sucked. This year, hopefully not the deal. Remember, I made the green color joke about not wearing it down there. What's the deal with the game tonight? Do you see the Chiefs blowing them out?
Joey Bosa plays for the Bills. I think it's a good football game tonight. I think the Chargers, if you go back to last year, lost 19-17 to the Chiefs and I think 17-10. The concerns tonight with 40% of the offensive line, with Slater being out. So that gives me some reservations. There's a really good defense for the Chargers. They keep the ball in front of them. That's kind of Jesse Minter, who's their defensive coordinator. That's their MO. They're going to force Kansas City to, be patient, try to throw the ball overhead. So I expect, the Chargers to play a good physical style of football. Trey Harris, a name to pay attention to tonight. He's their, I think, second-round wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Ladd McConkey was the guy last year. They need someone outside of Ladd to really step forward. They go back and get Keenan Allen. How much can he kind of make an impact is he the number 2 for them? He's the number 3 for them. So I think Trey Harris, and can he really become that second wide receiver for them? So they got to protect, no doubt. I think Kansas City's a little bit more intriguing to me because, one, I do believe the Chiefs offense needs to change a little bit. I think we've heard all offseason, and rightfully so, we want the deep ball back. There's 2 ways to do the deep ball in football. One, I got a person I can just line up there and throw it to him deep. That's A.J. Brown. The Chiefs do not have that. Or 2, you have to be able to run play action and stretch the defense vertically. You got to have speed to do that. You got to have time to do that. They have the speed. Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Thornton. Do they have the time? Does the new left side matter? With Simmons and Kingsley on that left, do they matter? Are they a viable starting left side offensive line-wise? Because this Chargers defense does have some impactful edge rushers that are really good players, okay? So, that's the number one thing. And do they call it? I want to see how different that offense is. Now, no Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice, their best receiver. Who steps into that role? Because all they did with Rashee Rice last year was get him running. Who's that guy? Is it going to be Trav? Is it going to be Juju? And so I'm a little bit more intrigued to see what that Chiefs offense looks like coming off of that obviously Super Bowl disaster.
Do you think the Super Bowl disaster wakes them up, though? Chiefs have been very difficult to bet with for a large part of a lot of regular season football games. You're looking at a guy that has lost maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars betting on the Kansas City Chiefs during the regular season over the last 3-4 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know. I just did some quick math in my head, and I remember a couple big days kind of disappearing from my account and just thinking to myself, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. But I wish the Chiefs would be a little bit more of the Chiefs, okay? So that is kind of my thing. The Chiefs always, they feel like
You're
the
one
guy.
of a kind, man.
I stopped gambling last year, just gave out picks. But
Don't
then I
watch
bet a
Taylor.
couple times. Bet on the Chiefs a couple times, and I lost. It's just, I believe in I believe in greatness. I have always have since I'm a little boy. Getting a chance to meet Randy Moss on Monday was so cool, like in person, having a chance to chat with him, because that's like greatness. Like everything I've heard about him, I loved that. Coach Prime, same thing. You're talking about like, I enjoy GOATs. What they did to get there, how much sacrifice, how much commitment. Like, you don't just fall to the top of the mountain. And I think a lot of people think that whenever they get to the top, they're getting a lot of attention and they start hating them. I respect that. You can hate whoever you want to hate. And people throw rocks at things that shine. Shout out to Travis Kelce's fiance for that entire thing. But those two and that entire crew have worked their asses off to get to that point. So I respect the grind to become the great. And every time I see them, I'm like, yeah, they're going to beat the shit out of this team. 3.5, no problem. It's Kansas City Chiefs. And then every regular season game, it feels like they are just 1 point better than the other team, or just however we got to get a win to steal this thing. Do you think that Super Bowl wakes them up and maybe makes them a more dominating type team? Or do you think it's going to be the same shit with this Kansas City Chiefs team as somebody who might dabble in a little bit of a the Chiefs is still the Chiefs bet this evening on ESPN bet?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And Mahomes' September record, Pat. That gets brought up every time this time of year comes around. He's like undefeated or he's lost one game in September.
It's expensive is what it is. So what I'm saying to you is a Super Bowl loss going to be something that maybe turns this team into a different mentality whenever week in, week out, is what I'm asking you. And I need an actual answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do not believe so. I don't think you go to 3, having a mindset that might need a tweak. I think for me, Pat, it's more the scheme and the people that would take them to a different level than they were able to play offensively last year. Defensively, they were still a pretty solid group. So it's like, I don't think that Super Bowl loss is going to make, Patrick hungrier or Travis hungrier or, get some of the other. I think this is a very hungry group. I still sit there and I go, they got to evolve schematically. I firmly believe that. I think that might be something coming off of the Super Bowl loss, realizing, we couldn't just play drop back ball anymore and we couldn't protect. So again, that's why I go to is the left side good enough? And is the scheme, giving them the opportunity to throw the ball downfield? I think this offense is going to look very different in November than it does this tonight in September because of no Rashee Rice. So, I maybe crystallize their thoughts, but then again, Pat, the division's better. The division's better. The Chargers are a better football team right now than they were last year. So it's I agree with you. I think this is a great football team that has great players and it's a great organization. But I don't think last year's Super Bowl loss changes how they go about their business.
All right, quickly, last question. Let's stay in the AFC West. Bo Nix only looks for his first read, then he panics. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Did you hear that as well from Jeffrey?
I didn't. Who said this?
Jeffrey Simmons of Tennessee Titans says that, when he watched Bo Nix, he gets to his first read. If that's not open, then he scrambles and runs for his life. And then Sean Payton responds, I think he should just worry about the game. He does the entire give and take. Bo Nix, we're all expecting to be great, right? A lot of people think that the Denver Broncos are going to be the team that maybe goes on a run in this entire AFC with how great their defense is. We only have a couple minutes, a minute or two here. Bo Nix about to have a huge year 2 in your eyes?
Yeah, I believe Bo Nix takes a big jump and it kind of carries over what we saw at the last half of last season. You guys hear me say this. There's 3 things I think all quarterbacks, and specifically young ones, need to play at a really high level. 1, do you have the scheme and the play caller to really hurt defenses? Check. 2, do you have the offensive line to give you the time to do it? Check. And then 3, do you have the proper amount of weapons to get the football to? And I'm not telling everybody, yes, my answer is, I'm not telling everybody like they got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but I like Sutton. I think Franklin's going to take a step forward. I'm a Mims guy. I think the addition of Evan Ingram gives them people to get the ball to in space. So like this, I think Bo Nix is going to have a really, really good year.
I think in your super duper prediction special with Peter Schrager, who we love, by the way, you said the Broncos winning the division, I believe, right? Didn't you have them coming out of the AFC West?
Wow.
Yeah, I do. I mean, 10-7 last year with $89 million of dead cap space. That dead cap space is gone. I think it's best lines of scrimmage, offensive and defensive line, reigning defensive player of the year. It's a loaded roster. I think they're going to be a very, very good football team.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, Orlovsky, joining us on your ventures from New York through No Service Town to Bristol. You're the man. Have a great weekend.
Later, bud. Later, guys.
Thanks,
See you,
Dan.
Dan.
All right, Dan.
Happy season, Dano. Happy season, Dano.
Hey, is that in order, Pat? Is that in order? He said scheme and play caller for quarterback, scheme, play caller, offensive line, and then weapons on the outside to throw to. Does he think it's that order, 1, 2, 3 as well?
He might.
For me, offensive line's 1, right? In my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't have a good O-line, you can't really do anything. But the scheme and play caller to me is gigantic. Like that's huge.
I think having a little continuity at that position is obviously good. I think we put together a list the other day off air about how many, like I guess Blaine Gabbert was kind of the godfather of this entire thing. He played for 8 different offenses in 7 years, or 7 different offenses in 8 years, or something like that. I forget the number. I think it was 8 coordinators. Do you recall, boys?
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
8 different coordinators in 7 years, and BA was like, "Shit, how do you even?"
BA was like, "I like Blaine. Blaine was very talented.
He was very good, but I mean, did he even get a And then the automatic counter, because Caleb's on like his 3rd offense coordinator already, And then you think about Bryce Young, and then you think about all these younger guys, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, there's a lot of turnover at that offense coordinator position. And then I would like to counter the argument is like when Andrew Luck joined our team, we had the number 1 overall pick because he stunk. And his ability just kind of, put the team on his back and we go to the playoffs that year. So it's like, is it the quarterback and the offense getting the offense coordinator fired, or is the offense coordinator ass and they're kind of ruining the development of everything? I think you can chase your tail in that conversation. And I think if you talk to the coordinators, they would say, quarterback doesn't know the offense. I think that's already happening out of Chicago, right? Heard that out of Chicago. And then you talk to the players, and they're like, well, how am I supposed to learn 4 different languages in 3 years? I don't know how I'm supposed to play. So that's a crazy thing. But, yes, I think continuity is a big deal. I still believe, though, the offensive line is the only thing that, must have for success. And I think that's going to be very, very prevalent this year in college and in the NFL, just like it was last year, AJ.
Yeah, the offensive line situation, it's true. Like, you're trying to constantly cover up for having a poor line. If you don't have it, like, okay, hey, we would love to run this late developing route, these routes downfield, but we have no chance. Even if we try to max protect, we can't keep our guy upright. We're going to get our quarterback killed. And then if you can't run the ball, too, if you can get no push up front, it would be a helpless feeling, I think, to be an offensive coordinator, especially in the NFL, and realize that you don't have the dudes up front. It really would.
Yes, and as a quarterback, you start looking at the rush. You keep your head down. Remember, Nick Bosa said about Jalen, he said we're able to get his eyes down as soon as you get a little pressure. Felt like Jalen sat in there last night.
He was awesome.
I enjoyed Jalen, and I enjoyed Dak. That was a great start to the NFL. We got a huge weekend and a huge game tonight. Hour 2 will be on the other side. We got Nick Saban and Coach Patty Gasso. A lot of national championships on the way. See you then.
It's impossible to be at the top at both of those, essentially. It's
Dan. Another farting Dan Orlovsky situation just took place.
Danny Dumps.
What do you mean? It's unbelievable.
Your butt was just talking. Okay,
I did not fart.
Dan. This is 2 times now, Dan. This is the Orlovsky thing.
You guys be serious right now, or are you messing with me?
Dan, listen to this clip. This is you just moments ago.
It's impossible to be at the top at both of those, essentially. It's
Dan.
I mean, undeniable.
You guys definitely.
really just freaking idiots.
We swear.
You guys 1,000%.
No, we swear. We swear.
No way.
So no one did that then.
Those cartoons.
What did you eat?
I haven't even ate you guys.
Hey, if I were you right now, I'd go grab some food.
My wife texted me. She said, "Oh my gosh, McAfee Show, I'm dead." I go, "Babe, I promise you on everything, I did not fart."
Who runs your Twitter account?
AB.
I do.
What's this all about? I would like to know, in that situation where your butthole started talking, what did I do?
I'm here to be serious with you, man.
What are you, chucking a glass of milk, eating some fruit over there, get you some coffee, get that butthole a little bit more active?
I haven't ate. I'm eting yogurt. I have 1,000 text messages right now of people going, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, I just wanted to have like a quiet Tuesday.
I don't even know why we're going to have another hour. Maybe we run that clip.
Yeah. On loop.
We have the video. Shams, let's let you judge here.
It's impossible to be at the top at both of those, essentially. Like, it's...
I need to hear the context. I want to give our guy...
Shams, shut up! He said it sounded like a fart.
What did AJ vote?
It's a fart all day long, Kurt. You know that.
Has anybody voted no?
Dan.
I'll be the captain of Team No today.
We need you to do a tie-breaking vote. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me.
It's impossible to be at the top at both of those, essentially. Like, it's...
There's no doubt. I mean, I like how he just kept on going right there.
When he was talking, he didn't even break stride as that thing came out. He went and got the buggy, went to the store, grabbed some dude wipes to wipe those ass cheeks, just like I assume you do as well, Cabal.
You have to go dry, wet, dry. Toilet paper, white toilet paper. If not, you're really risking the rest of the day having the swamp ass. You know, Dan Orlovsky, man, he got to accept that, man. He got to wear that with a pride. One thing that really bothers me when people do not take credit for it. You know, if somebody says, "Oh, that was you that farted," I get upset when it wasn't me. I'm like, no, when have I ever not claimed it when it was mine? You should claim it.
But all those airports, people are traveling today, looking up at the ESPN. Dan Orlovsky farts. What's wrong with this guy?
The closed captioning person, whoever it is, they got it. I believe it said inaudible, muffled, and it said Dan farts.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig! Stutter! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Welcome back, hour 2, Pat McAfee Show. I'm AJ Hawk, sitting in for Pat here at his desk in Indianapolis. He's in Norman, Oklahoma for a big matchup tomorrow. Football! Nailed it, Pat. Nailed it. What's it like? How was the break? What's going on there? I know we have Coach Saban come on here, hopefully 10, 15 minutes. What's the vibe like over there?
Coach Saban has arrived, and I'll tell you what, his aura of greatness certainly is felt upon arrival here in the stadium, obviously. Getting mic'd up, we'll talk to him in a few moments. I ran to the bathroom, got a chance to experience the world here.
Nice.
I like the pizzazz that Coach Saban's coming with this. Bang. I mean, that was right back. What do you think this is?
Yeah.
And I genuinely appreciate that. Listening to him chit-chat in the production meeting, and obviously the passion he has for the sport is great. He's an entertaining West Virginia dude, though. I mean, Coach Saban is an entertaining man who's forgot more about football than all of us have ever learned. And it's an honor to work with him. But I like that he just immediately hit me with that thing back. I like that. I like that that's where we're at week 1. And I appreciate, I mean, those are some big pointers.
I mean, those things are gigantic.
Yeah, shout out to Rule. Shout out to Mike Ruleman.
Yep.
Good guy.
Matt.
Good guy.
Great. Rule.
MR.
Ruleman. Call him Rule, though. You know, Rule is what I say. He's stage manager for College Game Day, Monday Night Football. I don't know if he's ever home. The guy's always on the road, seemingly on stages for ESPN. He had that last year, one of the weeks. He had like a huge one, and he like showed it to me. And I was like, yes, that is definitely what we're looking for. And I think you guys remember I pulled that thing out, and I looked like the biggest asshole of all time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Then it was awesome. It was everything everything I had dreamed of. Everything I dreamed of whenever it came to that. And then it seemed like all of the pointers started getting longer and longer for everybody as the season went on. And then first week, we all got to 7-footers, I think. And I'll tell you what, at some point, all those things are going to be pointing at the screen, and that's going to be legendary television. That's what people come to watch. And, yeah, it's cool, man. I just went to the bathroom. You get a chance to see, some of the people that are working here, their excitement for the weekend. It's like college ball takes over, everybody's brain. There's kids waiting outside of game day right now.
Yeah.
It's 10:30 a.m.
Really?
Dude.
10:30 a.m. I think the kid's name was Josh, maybe. I forget what it was. Sitting outside. He's going to try to do the kick. You got to be one of the first 300 people in, obviously, to get one of the tickets, raffle tickets, and then randomly selected. But, yeah, there's people already sitting out here. It's like you forget how much these people love football. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma hasn't really been in the national conversation in a huge way in some time, I would say.
Since
Venables
Baker.
obviously brought in here as a big deal. Yeah, Baker. Jalen, too. I guess Jalen did a little. Yeah, Jalen did some cooking when he was here. I thought about him as I was walking in the stadium. I'm like, oh, Jalen called this place home for a while when Lincoln. I just think that this place loves ball. And this John Mateer guy, I think, has got a lot of people excited. Venables' defense is obviously going to confuse people. Like Bryce Underwood coming in here as a freshman, 18-year-old, there's probably going to be a lot of shit Venables is ready for. But on the other side, Mateer, he's taking on Wink. Up there in Michigan. Mm-hmm. This kid's a player. This kid's a real player. And I'm excited for tomorrow. I think everybody here is as well. And I'm lucky to be here. We got a huge NFL game tonight, too, leading into this weekend of greatness. And then Saturday night, huge game. Sunday night, huge game. Monday night, huge game. It's like, God damn, it's a great time to be alive. The Toxic Table at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Con man, you came in yesterday saying Cowboys plus 8.5. Easiest bet of the season. Mm-hmm. Literally, as soon as I saw you in the morning. You were so jacked up about ball playing yesterday and your bet that you were talking to random people on the street. You were rolling down window with purple sunglasses, that big-ass hair in Indiana about 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning in the middle of traffic saying, hey, have a good day. The whole thing.
Thank you for your service.
Nobody was sending anything back to you. Nope. Then you get in the Thunderdome, you're like, I need somebody. I need somebody. And you came in and you're like, 8.5 Cowboys. This is easy. And you were met with a lot of resistance, myself included, because immediately it's like you think of all the negative about the Cowboys, all the negative. How Jerry even openly admitted, it's not about winning all the time. It's about, being a part of it. Mix it up. Like he even says that. So it's so negative about the Cowboys. And then by the end of the show, I was fully in like, Connor was spot on since the morning. As you're watching that game, you feel great about your feel that you had going into the season. And what do you think about the two teams from last night?
Yeah, as we're watching the game, it is one of those things like, man, I just really hope we kind of can bottle this and continue this on for the rest of the season, which I completely plan to do. But it just felt like too much. It feels like going into every year, the last thing that we, have as far as taste in our mouth is, that Super Bowl team and how great they are. And that's what it was with the Eagles. And as great as they are, 8.5 points is just always too much in an NFL game in these early weeks, especially college football week 1. The public went 0 of 5. Now NFL, it's kind of carried over. Public is 0-1. Both teams, though, like we've kind of said, if you feel good about the Cowboys, feel good about the Eagles if you're a fan of either of these teams. Cowboys feel like a really tight team. They're fighting for each other. That rivalry is very alive. If you're an Eagles and Cowboys fan, you're happy that your teams hate each other. I know when you're watching those scrums, those scruffles, whatever, if you're a fan of football, you love it. But if you're a fan of these teams,
wasn't this good to see?
That's probably getting
it's like nostalgia. Up. Like, hey, this is a rivalry thing. These teams hate each other. Hopefully,
no jersey swaps. There wasn't going to be any, Booker.
This is real here.
Real.
I enjoy this.
Yeah, you love that about football. That got me all jacked up immediately. Spitting on the deck. I mean, most people love that, but in a game, not really the situation for it. But no, again, Eagles and Cowboys, man. I feel like it was a great start to primetime football. I think it's going to continue tonight, and I'm just jacked up that we get to talk about football instead of some of the bull we've had to deal with since the Super Bowl.
All right, AJ.
It was great.
AJ just hanging out?
Oh, yeah, I'm just hanging out. My bad right here. I don't know if Coach Saban was ready or not, but Tone, didn't you have something for the bettors on either not last night, but maybe this weekend, the Oklahoma game, Oklahoma versus Michigan?
Yeah, like Pat talked about, the The spread is 5.5. So, but if you want to look at it, it's a low total for the game. I think it's like 44, and I think a lot of it has to do with what Pat was talking about, with Venables going up against a freshman quarterback, and then Wink going up against Mateer, who there's questions about the Oklahoma offense. So I think that low total 44, I think it is an indication of what potentially could be a hard-fought, close game in Norman, Oklahoma. Age.
Nice. Okay, Pat, you got a little special guest, I think, who is all mic'd up now, right?
AJ, you're doing a great job out there point guarding this entire thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who does not need to be introduced, but we certainly will. The greatest college football coach of all time, Coach Nick Saban's here.
Thanks, Pat. Thank you.
You hear the claps? You hear the claps in Indy?
I heard them.
Hell yeah, Coach! Coach! Hell yeah, looking good, Coach!
I love these guys. You should have brought them with you.
Yeah, I think next week, potentially, as long as as long as the big weekend. Only 3.5-point spread. I don't love that in Athens, Ohio. Rich Rod's about to run them off the field. I think you'll see all the boys next week, hopefully, if everything handles that. Let's talk about you and your name, okay? And we talked a little bit about it on Monday whenever we did the kickoff show. I thought that was fun, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that.
Saw Randy, Teddy. It was great to work with Matt Barry. That's my first time ever doing that. That was a lot of fun. And you talked a little bit about Alabama at that point because you were kind of forced to. Your name is being mentioned a lot. You are the standard for all the Alabama fans. They're comparing everything that happens with the players, with the treatments, with the product on the field, with everything to you and how you ran that place for so long. That is a massive compliment. Tough for Kalen DeBoer to come in there and put it in his own culture, but everybody knew following you that was going to be the case. Now that we're 5 days removed, on Monday your message was like, hey, you can lay an egg, but weeks 1 to week 2 is where you get your biggest progress in your team. And maybe they got smacked in the mouth and maybe they're better. You were trying to spin it into a positive way, I think, because a lot of Alabama fans are going to listen to everything you're saying. As we sit here on Friday, what are your thoughts? And what do you think Kalen has been telling his team? And how do you think the Roll Tide world is really feeling about it all at this point?
Yeah, well, my message was, basically when you have a negative consequence and you don't teach and do a good job of identifying what do we need to fix so the players have something that they can relate to, if you don't teach, it really affects morale in a negative way. So I think you got to be positive and show the players when they did it right, here's the success we had. When we didn't do it right, whether it was even one player didn't do it right, maybe that's why they had success. But I do think that there was something in that game that is tough to understand, in my opinion, in that Alabama looked great going down the field on the first drive. Florida State gets the ball and goes right down the field and scores. And then the whole sort of psychological disposition of Alabama's team changed. For what reason? I don't know. Was it anxiety? Was it expectation? But one thing about coaching in Alabama, they expect you to win every game. And there's a high expectation, and the standard is really, really high for what you're supposed to accomplish and what you're supposed to do. You need to protect your players from that and give them a different way to compete in the game so they're not looking at the scoreboard. They're not worrying about the outcome. They can stay focused on the things that they need to do to compete in the game for 60 minutes and play one play at a time, so they're not worried about that because that's all they hear everywhere they go, on social media, everywhere they go. They're expected to win. So you can't let that creep in and that anxiety about being outcome-oriented affect their performance.
What do you think, and I know you know him and you're in the building and you obviously care deeply about the Alabama football program. We actually call this show a program because of how you describe your program whenever you're at Alabama in entirety. Kalen DeBoer sits down after that game, looks in the mirror, and has a massive moment with himself, you think? Is that one of those types of games where it gets loud enough that you think he is really, I don't want to say in a whirlwind, but the reality of what he is signed up to do kind of hits him? You think that happened after week 1?
I don't think there's any question about it. Kalen is a really good guy. He's a good coach. He's always had success everywhere he's been. Maybe he hadn't had to deal with this kind of scrutiny in the past. But if you're going to be successful, you got to be able to self-assess and figure out, hey, what can I do better? And I know that he's reaching out to a lot of people trying to do that. And hopefully they get it turned around this week and develop some confidence on this team so they can move forward in a positive way.
How many national championships did you win?
7.
How many did you lose?
3.
Okay, so Kalen DeBoer, when you talk about big shoes to fill, I don't know how long all your national championships are, the trophies, when you stack them up. But boy, feels like those shoes were going to be tough to fit. And Kalen DeBoer, we thought was going to be the right guy to handle it, still has a chance, right? We shouldn't just give up completely on this entire situation, which I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people have given up. There's a season left, right? We can still think that way?
Yeah, and I think that's the way the players should think. That's the way the coaches should think. And I say they got to stay focused on what they need to do to teach and get better, create roles for the players on their team, and how they can support the team. There's one thing about this that you and I, when we played, we wanted to do well. We wanted to be good. But we also had a responsibility to those guys over there standing on the sidelines that was on our team. And that's a responsibility that everybody's got to figure out in this day and age of football when there's so much individual name, image, and likeness transfer. And once you decide and make a commitment to a team, you got to do a good job for yourself, but you also owe it to the guys standing on the sidelines or in the huddle with you. And I think that's an important thing for all these guys to understand.
I mean, obviously the loafs are just so abnormal for any Alabama team that we've seen throughout my lifetime because you've been the coach basically there throughout all of my adulthood. I think the reason why it never happened is because you had like 4 or 5 stars at every position. So they were scared to death to loaf because the guy behind him might Wally Pip the shit out of him. I mean, there's a chance that that's going to happen. Just didn't feel that way first week. But Dan Orlovsky counted 21 loafs. Hey, that's Dan Orlovsky. He watched every player, every play.
Well, I think all coaches want that. But, the one thing nobody wants to be insignificant. And you always have the bench. And if a guy didn't do what he was supposed to do, he knew that he would, and it didn't matter who it was. You got the bench.
National championship, you did it. And let's talk about that national championship, you making that move. Jalen Hurts last night. I don't know how much of a game you got to see. He's playing phenomenal football.
Yeah, he played great. I watched the first half. And
he's only going to get better, though, right, with his characteristics and his traits. It feels like he literally a worker, committed to the game, addicted to the game, great teammate. He's only going to get better and better. If we were to give a personality profile on Jalen Hurts, that would be the read on him?
No question. I mean, if you just look at what Jalen Hurts has done from when he got taken out of the national championship game and Tua got put in, to the improvements that he's made as a passer, as a quarterback, as a leader. I mean, this guy is driven to be the best that he can be, and he works at it every day, and nothing affects him. And I just love the guy, and I love that he's having such great success now with the Eagles, not only at his position, but helping his team be successful.
He's awesome to watch.
Awesome.
He's a lot of fun to watch. Him and Sirianni and Philadelphia feel like the perfect marriage. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, pivot back to the college game. Obviously, your good friend Bill Belichick had a tough one on Monday night against TCU. I guess, can you explain how tough it is to win in college football, especially when you first show up and you get to a program, everyone just assumes, hey, here we go, we're going undefeated, we're making a run at the college football playoffs. Like, how tough is it to win, especially when you've been there, 6 months, 4 months? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing is you win with people, and you got to have a good roster, and you got to have an opportunity to develop that roster. And I think they got in there kind of late in January, probably being new, got behind the 8 ball a little bit, didn't do as well in the portal as they'd like to maybe in January. So they've got work to do in terms of the players that they have. I mean, the tackling on defense wasn't very good. Obviously, the turnovers for 2 scores wasn't very good. There's a lot of things they can work on. There's a lot of things that they can improve, and I'm sure Bill will go to work on that. But I do think that there's also people need to have patience in the fact that you got to have a chance to get good players and have a chance to develop those players together as a group.
That TCU team really good. We didn't say a single thing about them the whole time.
That pissed them off.
Oh,
too.
Yeah. They definitely knew that. Yeah, they were very aware of the Bill Belichick Bowl that was happening.
Yeah.
And they were thinking to themselves, second half of the season last year, we were one of the hottest teams in America. We returned a lot of starters. Our quarterback can spin it, and they had a lot of size. They got off the bus, and I think Bill Belichick, even with his cut-off sweatshirt, we're in some shit today, I think. That team's bigger, stronger, faster than us. And when you talk about having the guys, that first drive, I thought to myself, of course, Bill Belichick's going to be able to out-fundamentals these people. He's going to be a smarter coach. He's going to be able to draw up plays. He's going to be able to out-technique the other team. They're going to go on a run. I thought they were going to host a college football playoff game. In the middle of that first drive, I'm jacked up. I'm like, here he is. He's doing. This is exactly what we came for. This is why we're here. And then all of a sudden, Sonny Dykes had some adjustments to make too, it sounded like. And nobody even thought about Sonny having a brain. And he He's been coaching a long time. They beat the shit out of that North Carolina Tar Heels team. What is it now for Bill? Trying to keep everybody optimistic about the plans that he potentially has? What are your thoughts on that? They got Charlotte on Saturday. That's a must-win.
Yeah, must win, no doubt. But, look, I think TCU does have a very good team. You know, this Josh Hoover guy is the real deal at quarterback. They were so much more physical in the way they looked on the field than North Carolina. So, I think, and I also think they were fired up in this game. You know, when you feel like you're disrespected, you know, you can say all you want about motivation. But when people disrespect somebody, I always thought that was a great motivator. You know, we played Vanderbilt a couple years ago, and I'm sitting there and I cannot sleep all night because I'm saying, what am I going to say to the team to get the team fired up to play Vanderbilt?
Oh, no.
Like we're undefeated. So they beat Kansas State the week before we played them. And one of their players get on TV and says, Bama's next.
Yeah.
I would have paid that guy $100,000 to say that. And we were ahead like 49-0 at halftime. But our team was pissed. TCU was pissed in this game because they didn't get any attention. They felt irrelevant. And they got a good team. They really do. But I do think that it's going to be a real test for Bill to get the players to stay committed to what he's trying to do and that they make the improvements that they need to make so they can have a success this week against Charlotte.
I love to hear that. And that kid from Vandy, just know, Coach Saban did hear, and you were the reason. So a lot of times you wonder, like I do wonder if I'm bulletin board material. You and Vandy have a great relationship. Great. Especially on this particular show. It might have been in this.
It was.
Was it in this stadium?
Yep, pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
When you said everywhere in the SEC is tough to play, except for Vanderbilt. And then, obviously, Diego Pavia and the boys beat Alabama. They dragged the uprights through Broadway. It was, like, obviously a huge moment. But I think what you were saying is pre-Diego Pavia. Pavia?
I'm not sure because Pacheco's Pacheco.
Diego, I'm
now.
so sorry.
Pavia.
Well, Pacheco's actually Puerto Rican, I do believe. He was down there at the Bob Bunny concert exchanging jerseys.
Yes.
So you say it's Pavia?
Gumpy said
whatever
something.
it is.
Gumpy chimed
Diego changed all of Vanderbilt, and the NIL was obviously great for them. But I appreciate the fact that I'm trying to tell a boy. I mean, playing Vandy, Jesus, I don't even know. And then all of a sudden, the kid says that. Like you just like hitting the lottery basically at that moment is a beautiful thing to think about. Hopefully, Kalen DeBoer's listening because Alabama fans are listening to what he's saying. Now, let's talk about this game that's happening here. Defense is going to be a big conversation, especially with the names involved. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach. Pat and I were talking about it earlier this week. How Venables and Wink Martindale, probably two of the best defensive coordinators in the country, going up. Wink has got an 18-year-old in Venables has an 18-year-old in Bryce Underwood that he's going up against, and Wink has got, Mateer and an offensive line that might have some question marks. I know you've gone up against Venables, probably Wink too in the past. How hard is it going to be for those young quarterbacks to go up against those guys? Because we just watched Arch do it last week against Matt Patricia.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a challenge for both, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Bryce Underwood is a very talented guy. This will be his first game on the road in a tough environment against a defensive coordinator that's going to get him a lot of looks, a lot of disguises, change the picture after the snap, and how he reacts to that is going to be really, really important. But I will say this. Michigan was a totally different team offensively last week because of Bryce Underwood. There's no doubt about that. And this Mateer guy that Oklahoma has, he's a talented guy. They couldn't run the ball. And I'm going to tell you, Wink is going to create pressure every opportunity he gets to create negative plays. And how Oklahoma handles that is going to be really, really important in this game, because if he can create positive down the distance and put his third down package in there and do all this crazy stuff he does, they're going to have a hard time with it because of the offensive line, not necessarily because of the quarterback.
Coach Saban, you feel like maybe Oklahoma has to represent for the SEC here? Big Ten team coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
What's been happening. What's been happening.
We always talk about that. I never think about it. I just kind of look at the teams. But there is a rivalry there between the Big Ten and the SEC that can't be denied.
Well, that's because, at the end when the college football playoffs being talked about, there's a lot of Greg Sankey coming on going, if you can survive the South, go ahead and do it.
Good luck.
There's a lot of that. And I respect the culture of SEC football and playing an away game in the SEC is insane everywhere, except for, but it is like a real thing. Like that is a huge part of college ball is the tradition and the environment and how hard it is to play at places. And it can turn somebody from being a great player into an average player. I agree with that. But the North is talking a lot of shit right now. Isn't that right?
Rightfully so, too. Rightfully
the North
so.
is talking a lot of shit right now.
Look, can I have a perspective on this?
You can.
Look,
yes, sir. And you get an ISO cam. Watch this.
I think that the SEC was the SEC because of the culture in the South. There wasn't professional football in the South for a long time, and everybody related to the colleges. Okay, we talked about that before. Well, now that doesn't matter. I mean, kids grew up wanting to go to LSU. Kids grew up wanting to go to Alabama. Kids grew up wanting to go to Georgia. Got the money now. They don't mind going to Ohio State. They don't mind going to other places. So that geographic advantage that the Southeast Conference had may be changing a little bit.
Yikes.
Now with a different culture, with name, image, and likeness and money involved in decision making. And I think that's created a little bit of an edge for the Big Ten.
I will say this: the Big Ten has a lot of money. You know, like everybody's going to say what they say about that whole thing, but like, I don't think we all understood how much money all of the North has. Big Ten. Like, did we understand that Penn State had all the money? I don't think I knew that. Even as somebody that grew up in Pittsburgh, had a lot of friends that were Penn Staters, and obviously a member of that cult. It's like I didn't know they had so much money.
We just knew they were insufferable.
Yeah, and just assumed the South had money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we assumed. Yeah, exactly. But then you think of Penn State, and it's like they needed $700 million cash to upgrade the stadium. I was like 4 calls for the athletic director, and they're like, "Wait, are we going to win in all the sports?" Yeah. Okay, we would like to do that. We are sick of talking to the Ohio State people. We're sick of talking to the Michigan people. By the way, both of them fully committed, let alone Oregon getting into the game the way that they've gotten into the game. We assume that a lot of these Big Ten schools will have the capabilities to go. We did assume, though, that the South was going to be able to keep up. I think naturally, I always thought that there would be a lot of money from a lot of these schools in the South. It just feels like the Big Ten has more alumni, I guess, with more money, and that's a big part of the game right now.
I think Texas and Texas A&M, probably have that kind of
keep up,
old-fashioned money.
Yeah.
A lot of the schools in the Southeastern Conference don't have that old-time generational wealth. But I just wanted to ask AJ about the money they have at Ohio State. I'm sure he. Yeah.
Hey, they're working every day to keep bringing in more, Coach. You know that's the tough thing. If you bring it in, we got to reload next year and bring in double.
AJ actually hosts events at his house to raise money for these guys. The reason why Julian Sain is now the quarterback at Ohio State is because AJ did a full song and dance in his side yard, dressed up like who was it? Who'd you dress up at that one event?
No, I'm not going to bite on this one. He left because Coach Saban retired. That's why Julian Sain is the quarterback at Ohio State.
No, because you go out to that cruise, you used to raise money for hospitals. Now we're kind of splitting
still
it.
Hospitals. There's still hospitals.
We got a side house party. They used to go to hospitals. Okay, half the money will go to hospital. Let's make sure we can win some
NIL
games.
events popping up all over, though. It is weird to see like things that are strictly for NIL money. Like that happens.
Was that the dinner? Was that the dinner you were at? Remember seeing him at dinner the other day? He didn't talk to us at all.
No. Ignored us.
He did ignore us the whole damn time. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
I mean, you talk about getting big time.
Yes.
I was talking to Kirk's boys. I was talking to Kirk's boys over at the kid table. We had to sit over there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You were 4 feet behind, maybe 2 feet behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't say a word.
I kept peeking over trying to talk to you guys, and you act like you didn't know me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We were looking for conversation. I mean, we're exploring the space in there. All right, let's keep it moving. Con Man has a question for you, Coach Saban.
Yeah, Coach, not the only big game in the SEC is Michigan, Oklahoma. Texas is taking on San Jose State. Georgia is taking on Austin P, and I believe Alabama has Louisiana Monroe. What the hell are we doing? All these games suck. It is Titans versus high school teams, essentially, and we're going to act like these games really matter. Why are these games on a schedule? I'm sure there's a legitimate reason that I really don't know, and I'm sure you actually do know. And how much longer are we going to do this song and dance before, there's basically games that mean something every week? Because this is kind of the argument everyone has when, these major Big Ten teams play teams of this nature, and then these major SEC teams play these teams, because it's basically just like, I'm not going to watch that because Texas should win by 50.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, first of all, there's two things. First of all, the way the playoff is set up, you get penalized a lot more for losing than you do a big win. All right, so that shouldn't be that way. All right, we should have a culture where you enhance people to play a better schedule, and by playing a better schedule and beating more good teams, you have a better chance to get in the playoffs, even if you lose a couple along the way. So that's number one. So there's no incentive for a college team to play a tough schedule because you're going to get penalized for a bad loss. All right, I don't like that. I hope we change it. I've submitted things to try to change it.
Saban metrics. Hold on. I got to say this real quick because this hasn't really been talked about. I mentioned it on College Game Day. He actually has a scoring system that they could use, a point system throughout the season that he has crafted. Sounds like it's actually a winner, too. The amount of points you get for who you beat, where they're ranked at the time, yada, 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 who you play against, losses to people who are ranked, not ranked. It's like you really spent a lot of time on this trying to figure it out, I believe, and I think the Saban metrics would be a good thing from hearing it behind the scenes.
Yeah, and it's very similar to the way they do basketball for Tier 1 wins, Tier 2 wins, and all that kind of stuff. But I think the second thing is we need to change the metrics of, like, every conference does their own TV. We need to have more of an NFL model, all right, where we have all the major conferences do a TV deal. And just like the NFL, make sure there's a good game on last night. There's a good game on every Sunday that people are going to be interested in watching. And then we would have more good games because only the top 70 teams would play each other. And you have to play those teams. All right, so you got better games to watch, better for the fans, create more revenue for the schools, and it would just be better for everybody. So those two things to me are two things that we need to progress on in college athletics.
Top 60 big Power 4 league. They're running off the Saban metrics. Then you have to give the smaller conferences a couple play-in spots, just like March Madness.
And we would give them some of the money, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'd be nice.
Be nice for everybody.
Come on, Coach.
Be good for us.
Let's get it done, Coach.
Build it,
Why don't you
Coach.
go talk to somebody, Coach? Yeah, why don't you go talk to somebody? Who are you going to talk to? You got to talk to all the ADs, all the presidents, all the conferences, and all the networks.
Have fun.
Light work.
I saw a certain president let
Coach.
Coach go in front of him the other day because he won so many games. That was good to see.
Who was that? I didn't see that. What was the clip?
It was our sitting active president of the United States of America let Coach Saban go in front of him because he won so many games.
Oh, President Trump said,
Yeah.
by all means, Sir Nicky Saban, please go this way. That happened? Was that what you were trying to do? You're trying to get this whole thing passed?
You guys are, well, I mean.
What are we? I would like to know where you're headed.
I think it has to happen in Washington some kind of way through Congress to probably get some kind of antitrust to get some of these things implemented.
You guys are awesome. Yeah, I don't know if that's where that was headed. Ty has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. When you look at a couple of the games this weekend, we have some transfer quarterbacks, for a lack of a better term, not just beating the shit out of some cupcake like they did week one. You got John Mateer, obviously, with the game you guys are at in Oklahoma. And then Mark Gronowski for the Iowa Hawkeyes is going to Ames to play Iowa State. And I guess it just doesn't apply to those guys. This could be, first-time starters, too. Is there any preparation or messaging change the week of a massive game like this after you come off week one and you play a team where you just beat the shit out of and you knew you were going to, and you're going into a week two game where it's like, okay, hey, lights are bright now, we have a very good opponent. Like, does that change anything when you're talking to a guy stepping into a new position like that?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it. No, I mean, I always wanted to play, and it's one of the reasons we played all these neutral site games in all my years at Alabama. I wanted to play somebody good the first game because I wanted to see where our team was, but it also impacted the offseason. The players are fired up to play that first game when you're playing Clemson or Virginia Tech or somebody that's pretty good. So you have a better offseason, you have a better spring, you have a better summer. So I'd rather start out that way to see where we are rather than play an easy team and the players be maybe a little more complacent that they had success but weren't challenged, so that they understand the challenge of the next game when they will be challenged by a much better team.
Have you seen Gronowski?
I didn't see him a lot, but I know they didn't have a lot of success throwing the ball. They didn't really need to.
Thank you.
But
Ty.
We'll see.
Ty's an Iowa fan. It was a tough first drive even for you though, Ty. Watching that,
It was, but like Coach said, when you rush for 310 yards, it'd be malpractice to have your quarterback drop back 30 times and try to throw for 350. They knew Albany couldn't stop the run. Let's just get in, get out. Kirk's, if he wins this weekend, he'll be the all-time winningest coach in Big Ten history. So, a lot at stake this weekend.
Kirk's done a fantastic job there. We coached together the Cleveland Browns with Bill Belichick, and I think he's done a fabulous job there. But, my approach was always different when we played in games like this. I was trying to make our team better. So if we needed to improve in the passing game, we're going to pass the ball whether we could run it or not. And because I was always focused on what do we have to do, not just to win the game, but what do we have to do to improve our team so when we do have to throw it, we're going to be more ready to do it.
I think at some point you got to be able to make a third down and have to throw it, And that's where Jalen. Yes, I remember. And he threw a touchdown there. Gronowski threw a touchdown there. That was a really nice ball. He took that thing. He threw a full. That was
like T-ball,
shot put.
He did. It looked amazing. And I'm not gonna. Kid won a Heisman already.
Yeah.
D2, whatever they call it now. Heisman.
One double A. Yep.
National champion, 1 AA Heisman guy. He's been in big moments before. He might be perfect for Kirk's Dogs. I'm just saying. But, boy, that first drive was not what Ty was telling me. that is not what Ty was telling me about whenever I watched him play. He's a dog, though. So is Nico Marciol. I don't know if you hit West Virginia's coach.
Yeah. But
what was that?
Jeez, Coach.
To the Iowa fans out there, I want to say y'all need to be worried about Rocco Beck because that guy's been pretty damn good for 2 games.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So just don't worry about your passing game. You better worry about stopping his.
Well, they played rugby for a long time and didn't have a passing game, so it would be nice maybe if their quarterback could complete a pass, which he did. Third down, a big time ball, made a big time throw, and here's a touchdown. That's a boom, absolute time. Guy from Albany had no shot on that. Guy from Albany had no idea that a D1 AA Heisman winner was going to be throwing darts right in front of his face. Gronowski might lead this Iowa team to the promised land. Now, Iowa's kicker hit a 55-yarder last week. Iowa State's kicker hit a 63-yarder last week. So you're talking big legs at Iowa State. Excited for that game. Let's get back to West Virginia because you shoot it off so bad. I don't like what you did there. Okay, I don't like what you did there at all.
Oh, I just wanted to finish the other point. I'm a Mountaineer at heart.
Big one. We need to win this.
Big one.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up watching.
Ohio this weekend?
Yeah, the Bobcats.
They're good squad.
But, I can't believe how did they schedule that game to play away?
What's that? Oh, away game?
Aren't they playing?
Yeah.
Been some tough years, Coach. Been some tough years in Morgantown, Coach. I don't know if they have a lot of ground.
You were winning a lot of things. I don't think you were paying attention what was going on Morgantown. Connor's point. There's a lot of Dahn time. There's a lot of Dahn time.
Got to go on the road a couple times to some of these schools.
Yeah.
But I'm all for the Mountaineers. I'm hopeful they have success this week. I'd love to see them beat Pitt next week.
Hell yes. We like these things. These are all things we like hearing. Woo! Look out for Scotty Fox, too, freshman quarterback. Went for 59 yards last week, about fourth quarter. Jaheim White, dog, absolute dog. I have no idea who all on that team.
There's Scotty right there.
There he is. That's Scotty Fox. He first kid, I think, graduated early to get the spring ball. That makes sense. I think it's first West Virginia guy that's done that. And as soon as he arrived as a 17-year-old, the boys said the moxie's outrageous. They gravitate to him, is what they say. All right, anyway, sorry about this. Last question from AJ for Coach Saban. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, you were talking about making, in those type of games earlier, trying to make your team better. In these early games, sometimes when the matchups might be a little lopsided, like how valuable is it to get reps for guys that maybe your second, third team players, these young, inexperienced guys, like how big is it to get as many players in as possible to where, as the year goes, you're going to need some of them when it really matters in, December, even January?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about the fact that that's really, really important. And when we didn't have a tough game to start with and we played, sort of an easier team, even though we were trying to get our team better from a personnel standpoint, I looked at it a little bit like an exhibition game. So I knew if we got ahead by 24 points, I was putting Tua in so he could play quarterback and get reps or whatever because he's a freshman. So, or whoever it was at every position, because you're going to need that depth down the road. And to get those guys experience is really, really important, I think, and an opportunity to help develop your team.
Amari Cooper retired yesterday.
That shocked me.
Yeah, I think all of us came out of nowhere while we were live. And when I was told it via Bruce Brown, who's sitting in for Zito, who we love, and congrats to Zito and his family, he he said Amari Cooper retired, and I was trying to figure out what sport that was from. And he was like, Amari Cooper, and I was like, wide receiver? He's like, yeah, I'm like, that came out of nowhere, I think. I don't know how often you talk to him or catch up with him, but Amari Cooper was a beast of a football player, and we appreciate the hell everything he did for the sport.
Yeah, well, he caught over 100 balls for us. I mean, he was fantastic when he played for us, and he was a great competitor. Very quiet guy, maybe a little misunderstood sometime because he was so quiet, but a good person and a great competitor. And he's had a good career. I hate to see people like that, not be able to continue their career for whatever reasons, but I'm sure he's got a good reason to hang it up.
Congrats, Amari. Congratulations. Hell of a run. We hope you're happy. That's a tough decision to make. Just like I'm sure it was for you to retire and jump into TV, but we're thankful you did. You crush it every single week with us and on game day.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
you hit me with that.
I enjoy it because my biggest concern was being a part of a team, not being a part of a team if I retired. And doing this has enabled me to be a part of a team, which you're a part of, which I really appreciate and enjoy that part of it. I like preparing. I like being a part of the game. It gives you, you stay significant in football by doing this.
Yeah, I think your influence helps football. So we're very thankful on the return side that you're doing it. Just watch what you're doing with your stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jeez.
I was ready for a fight.
Yeah,
you kind of backed off a little bit.
Yeah,
Pat did back off a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I had to. I mean, what do you want? The alpha in the room just showed up with a stick. I had no idea.
Big girthy.
And it is a big girthy stick there in Coach Saban's hand. And then he obviously, we sword fought a little bit. We'll see if there's any repercussions. They call them receipts in the wrestling business.
Sure.
We shall see how it goes tomorrow. But it's an honor to get a chance to chat with you. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good man.
Seven-time national champion, Coach Saban.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach.
As he gets that all wrapped up, what's going to happen tomorrow in the game? Michigan win? Oklahoma win? Who's the money on, Tone? Do you know?
I do not know who the money's on. I know that Oklahoma is favored. I know that each team has a lot of question marks. Obviously, both defenses are really, really good. There's no question marks on the defense. Both defenses are going to show up. It's all about the quarterbacks, the offensive line, and how, because last year, both of these offenses ranked 100 or worse.
Well, I think we all can tell Michigan's offense is much different.
Well, like for you, in college, I guess, like when you're preparing for a game like this, obviously Oklahoma's got a bunch of good athletes on their team, but is there any way you can prepare for a guy like he's going to be probably the best athlete on the field when he's out there?
No, so no, you can't. There's going to be somebody that plays. Hey, I'm going to be Bryce Underwood. I'm going to give you a look, but no, you can't get a true look, especially with the size of the guys too. We played Vince Young my senior year, and we walk out to the coin toss, and Vince is 9 feet tall and runs a 4.3 40 and looks like he's not even struggling to run. Like, he's so smooth, and you cannot it might take a few series to adjust to that speed and size, I think. But with Underwood, the way how young he is and how he looked at week one. I know it's just 1 week. But remember their offense last year? They couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the ball down the field, and this guy looks very, very comfortable. So I think Michigan, I don't know how the game's going to go, but, man, it should be a great game. I don't know. It's a test for Oklahoma, no question, defensively.
Yeah, it will be for sure. Because who'd they have last week?
New Mexico.
No, Michigan had
Illinois State.
Illinois State, roll birds. Yeah, and they that's the question. Oklahoma couldn't run the ball against roll birds last week, and now you're going to try to do it against Michigan. Yeah, it's going to be whatever offense improves from week one. That'll be the key.
Yep, we'll see the quarterbacks. Always a quarterback battle. Pat, I believe your back, Coach Saban is off, and here we go. Who do we have with you, Pat? Let's do a little intro.
Yeah, living legend, 8-time national champion, the reigning, defending, undisputed SEC Coach of the Year, the United States of America Softball Coach of the Year, and friend of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute dog! Oklahoma Sooner softball coach, Coach Patty Gasso.
Hey, guys.
Coach, how are you?
I'm good. I wasn't ready for this, so... It is what it is.
Yeah, I send a Hail Mary this morning to Coach Gasso because I completely forgot that she was friend of the program until I landed here, and all I could think of is how much we all love you. We followed your team like
Thank
that. You have become our softball team. We are massive fans of the way you operate, the way you coach, and we know next year The 9th national championship is coming. What do we think? How do we feel about the team? Obviously,
Very,
last
very
year you
good.
didn't win a national championship, so
sorry.
The field won.
Losers.
Oklahoma lost.
Yeah.
Motivation into the offseason. How do we feel about the next season?
Good, because we have almost everybody back. We had 14 new athletes last season, so we're loaded, locked, ready to go. Had a great number 1 freshman class coming in. We're ready. We'll do it.
Okay, let's talk about the $1 million pitcher for Texas Tech.
Oh, no.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh no, I think that's good. That women's softball has that type of situation business-wise happening around it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got a chance to see your stadium last year. We got a chance to follow your story. It's huge, and it's only growing. I think I think there's a professional league that is kind of on the up and up. It feels like women's softball is a rocket ship right now. That $1 million thing to me, to the pitcher Texas Tech, I forget her name.
Nija Kennedy.
Absolute beast, by the way. Watching her through the entire World Series was awesome. She's worth every penny to get all the way to the World Series. But the business of women's softball, good, right? It feels like all eyes and a lot of attention on your sport.
A lot. The pros have done a great job of moving themselves up. They've got new leadership and getting a lot of TV time. And obviously, Nija has changed the sport with the money. The problem is we all don't have the same kind of money.
Yeah.
That's where we're struggling.
Yeah, football's got the same issue. Let's go to one of those schools that has all the money. AJ has a question for you, Coach Gass.
Yeah, Coach, how different is it now in the SEC than it was in the Big 12 for you? As a coach, do you see, like, week in and week out, is it a tougher road?
Oh, 1,000,000%. And the fact that we won the SEC was probably one of the proudest moments I've had as a coach because nobody expected that. And we won the regular season tournament as well. So it was a fun journey, but very hard. It's a gauntlet of tough teams where everybody's in the top 25.
I know you transferred in some pitchers last year. I got a chance to bat against them. That became a big storyline because the people at Game Day that edited the video did it in the most lazy fashion that I thought was just took the easiest way to make me look terrible. I thought it was because I was hitting it well. And then as soon as I got to your pitcher, I couldn't even sniff it. So I thought there was a much better video that could have been made, and I thought it was just like an easy way to bury me. Now, out of context, that gets anonymously leaked by a prick and to make me look bad, and it started painting that way. But my respect for your sport and your team, through the roof. It wasn't I was upset because I got nothing on the ball. I thought it was just very lazy edit to make me look terrible. But once I got in there, that riser that she threw, I forget the transfer from the Camels. What was the team?
Campbell?
I forget where she. Campbell.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's who it was, right? It was transfer from Campbell.
Bella Smith.
Yes.
Bella Smith.
She was the one pitching to me.
Yeah.
And that riser, I was like, holy, I don't even know how. And everybody was like, the only way you don't get a strike there is if you don't swing at it. But how the hell do you know not to swing at it? Impossible to hit. Like, that was the biggest takeaway. Is the sport only getting better? Are pitchers only getting better? Like, that riser, has that always been in the sport?
Okay, so let's call it a rise ball.
Okay.
Because no one calls it a riser in our sport. So I want to help you with legitimacy. Okay. But I do agree, you did have some very good swings, and they did probably do a lazy job.
They was lazy. They took the easy way. Thank you, Coach.
I was there. I witnessed it with my own eyes.
It was just lazy.
I agree with you.
Like, how do we bury this guy as quick as possible is what they did for the video. And I was like, that is just so lazy. But it was a string of events, too, of things that were happening as such with this game day people. So that's neither here nor there.
They made Coach Saban look really, really good.
Everybody else, yes. Everybody else. But holy shit!
Scramble the jet! Cameraman, get that! Cameraman, get that! Cameraman! Cameraman, get that! Cameraman! Zoom in, cameraman! Are you kidding me, cameraman?
You missed it. You missed
Fire that cameraman now!
Shout out to Ryan's a good guy. Shout out to our fighter jets, by the way.
Oh, are they real? Because we didn't get to see them because cameraman sucks.
No, you don't suck. They're saying terrible things about you right now. You need to keep the distractions outside. Don't even listen to what they're saying in Indiana. Now, that would have been.
You guys just shamed him. It's okay.
Yeah, you're good.
You would have done the same.
He found the horns last week in that stadium. Okay, this guy's a good guy.
Yeah, I bet he did, but last week doesn't matter. If you were to ask Coach Gasso if, a player sprinted to first base last week, but they didn't this week, are they still getting reamed out? They better be.
Yeah, it's true. A little accountability. I actually like that. You kind of fucked up there. This shot would have been awesome. He had no idea it was coming in. Also, that thing in like a fire. That was unbelievable. Solo. You don't see that a lot.
No.
I don't see a lot of just.
That was fast.
Yeah, I actually never have seen one. Guess I never will compromise.
Okay. Okay. Let's get back to softball. Rise ball.
Rise ball.
That. I assume that wasn't always in softball. Like, is softball still developing and getting better and better?
I think the hitters are getting better, actually. They're learning how to hit the riser. So.
Whoa, don't call it that. You sound like a newbie. Don't call it the riser. Don't let me
The
ruin.
rise ball, they can hit the rise ball now. They're better hitters in the game. They're catching up to pitchers.
Do you think it's making the game more exciting?
Yes. You want to see home runs. You want to see a lot of runs scored. I don't think some people like the 1-0 ball game, real tight, goes by real fast. But I think everybody likes offense. The home runs.
You started getting mad at your pitchers whenever the batters started getting better?
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? It's like, well, the pitchers are like, I threw my best pitch, and the batters are just getting better. I think that's good for the sport. Tone has a question for you in a cowboy hat back in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about all your returning talent and obviously all the success. I believe I asked you last year about how you keep the team motivated. I assume with all the returning talent that the motivation is not a hard thing right now, and it's incredible to see them working towards another national championship next season.
Yeah, I'm really excited. They're out on the field already. We haven't even started, so they're out every day. Somebody's hitting better fungo ground balls than I am out there. So yeah, they're working hard. They're in the cages. They're doing everything right already, and we haven't even opened up our start of our practice.
Coach, how are you with the fungo?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One-handed, or are we?
You don't know. You don't hit fungo one-handed like Little League.
I don't know. I don't play. I was there.
See, in Little League, they have the one-handed fungo and the glove, so they can feed it, catch it. No, we don't do that. No.
Do you have any pitchers that have the both hands thing, where they have that glove, where they switch the hands?
Yeah, pitch both hands.
Bang, and then all of a sudden we get to the next one. Bang.
I've never seen.
Maybe something look. Mackenzie McAfee, class of she's 2, so it would be 16 years from now. Quick math, 41. Class of 2041. She can pitch both hands.
Really?
Yeah, she's got the rise ball with the left and the right.
Rise ball.
And you should see her. She's a lefty.
I just want to be alive for that, so I'll be there.
Gasso, you're never dying. I don't ever want to hear that. Did you have a? Did I see you had a brace of some sort on you the last time, or was that?
Yeah, I broke my wrist. Yeah.
Doing what? Punching up?
No, I just I tripped.
Somebody didn't get a hit.
Yeah,
Somebody.
Some cameraman didn't zoom in.
Some cameraman missed a fighter jet. Ty has a question for you, Coach Gasso.
Coach, have you noticed?
I need to hug him. I need to hug. Oh my God.
Not from us. It's not from us.
Look at him.
We're in the middle of the game
He
right
didn't
now.
He did what he was supposed to do.
No. That fighter
No,
jet.
you were behind him before they start. You were behind him, and then you turned.
What are our standards? You know that. And what are my standards for him?
Trying to win national championships, Coach.
He's a good cameraman. This guy is good. He's been there. I've seen him in action.
I'm trying.
Coach Gasso, don't be making excuses.
Okay. Sorry.
Coach.
Now, with that being said, he is taking it on shins pretty good. That would have been a very tough thing for him to catch. There is
there's an overhead.
Yeah, I don't even know if he would have got it. I don't even know if he would have got it, but just the lack of urgency, I think, is what we're talking about. Sorry, Ty. Sorry about that. We're talking about Ryan here.
Coach, listen, if you have, runners on second and third, and your team's in the field and your center fielder drops a pop fly and they score 2 runs, guess what? You're probably reaming her ass out. That's kind of a similar situation to what we just had, but, we'll let bygones be bygones. Just curious, though, going to the SEC, have you noticed is like the style of play maybe a little bit different than it was in the Big 12 and I guess across America? Like, are there different pockets for different styles of play, or does that not really lend itself to softball?
I think so. I think the intensity is just completely different. And to be quite honest, everybody is so serious, and so everybody has like that mean,
Yeah.
So, there's just a lot of
game faces.
A lot of game faces. I'm like,
No free buckets.
everybody all right? What's going on? Why can't we kind of smile at each other or anything. It just doesn't happen. It's just intense.
Are you back? Are you back?
No.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
We feel like you are.
No. Why? You guys are in bad mood.
Bad mood? No, we're always
Friday.
We're always just
Yeah, I know who's taking the over here too.
He earned it, Coach.
Yeah,
he earned it, Coach. You know.
So no, I am not that. I am more of. I've come to a place in my career where it's like, I'm blessed. This is fun. Let's go. We win, great. If we don't, we'll be better. I try to.
I love that. Easy. Well, you've earned that. All of that. Last question for you here from Boston. Connor, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Coach, by the way, if you think what we're saying to the cameraman's bad, you should hear what we're saying to this guy D-Bone in the office. Looking at the team now.
D-Bone's everything. He did everything, Coach. He certainly warranted everything that said. He's got a lot of calluses on his shins, though, and also on his taste buds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're trying to help him. We're trying to, help him grow up a little. I had to go through the same thing. They had to tell me to stop eating Funyuns for breakfast, things of that nature. But looking
I'm these guys' first boss. I'm a lot of these people's first boss.
Really?
Yeah. Just something to think about. Not Ryan. Ryan, obviously. Now, I would say if I was...
he would have been fine.
No.
He'd be on the second ball.
You would not.
I'm not saying it. Sorry, go back to Connor's question.
With being in the SEC and Texas winning the national championship, Coach, obviously that rivalry is already there between Oklahoma and Texas. But do you sense other rivalries starting to form with the new teams you're playing in the SEC? Like, did you go to Arkansas and did you just think, like, this place is disgusting, I don't even like it here? Was there any of that? Or is it more so based on what you just said, kind of, hey, if we win, awesome. If we lose, let's just get better type of vibe?
All right. So let me share with you that my younger son is the hitting coach for Arkansas.
Come on, man.
So we do hit Arkansas. Boom.
Oh, that's awesome. Woo pig suey.
Yeah, I can't. It's business.
Yeah, of course. Of course it is. But has there been any? Obviously with Texas, that's a natural one.
There's some salty stuff going on. Yeah.
No, salty
I like
ball.
that. What are we reading? Do you guys do the garbage can hitting stuff whenever we're trying to pick up
Gotta.
like the MLB does?
These guys just if a coach is trying to kind of make some kind of pitch call, like they can pick off our pitcher, our dugout's just screaming right on top of whoever it is.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I love the gamesmanship. I love the
lot
games.
of that.
All right. Well, as we wrap up here, we can't thank you enough for stopping by. Thank you for adding it into your schedule. We love you, legitimately.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Yeah, we
You're
are
the best, Coach.
Had to do it.
You're the GOAT.
But I love our cameraman so hard.
Don't do it,
Yeah,
Coach.
we love him too.
You guys too. But
Yeah, we love
you're
him too.
tough on him today. I just felt
Tough
for him.
love,
He
Coach.
just-
Love to hate.
Yeah, we'll see if he's here next week. But he's great. We love him.
Don't do that.
That is why we're telling him, hey, can't miss that, because we love him. This is a sign of love. I think you understand that. All right, well, good luck this year.
Thanks.
You're our softball team, so let's go win
Oh,
this thing.
thank you. Have a good show tomorrow.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
being here, you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8-time national champion, Coach Patty.
Thanks,
Yeah, Patty genuinely feels bad for cameraman Ryan, doesn't
Yeah.
She doesn't. She does not.
I hope not.
I would assume majority of people watching probably do.
he? Yeah, I mean, it's nothing personal, right, con man?
Yeah, well, no, it's not. I'm assuming most of the people watching, that's my thing, Tone, is they were probably like, oh, do you hear that fighter jet? I want to see it, because that's what I'm thinking. And then because Rye Guy over there was shaking the camera and couldn't get it off some sort of thingy, we couldn't see it. It's a bummer, but that's okay.
Thank you.
I would assume his camera is on a nice big tripod situation, and he's going to try to pick it up and run from underneath the
No,
camera.
he doesn't have to run.
No.
What can he do?
No.
Zoom out.
No.
Oh,
Coach Patty.
I like that.
see you, Patty.
Good luck, Coach.
Good luck, Coach.
He wouldn't have been able to get it whenever it was overhead, obviously. I don't think he would have been able to do that. This one over here over the
Oh, we could have saw it.
He just did it.
We might have.
Yeah.
Did we see it?
Hey, too little, too late, asshat.
Hey, next time. It's coming back. I know it's coming back. All right. We hope you'll come back or stay with us for our digital portion of the show. We're on YouTube, TikTok Live, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and we're going to be making all our picks for the weekend. We think we're seeing the field well. Should be pretty beneficial for all parties. And if we don't see you there, we'll see you on Overreaction Monday. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Greatest weekend we've had in some time. Enjoy it all. See you tomorrow on game day. Goodbye. Nailed it. I think I nailed it.
Yeah, you got it.
Hell yeah.
You got it.
That's with a delay.
Oh, yeah.
Delay. There's a couple, you know what I mean?
Pretty solid delay, yeah.
Yeah, they don't even know.
Now, I will say, if you go back to last week's episode, I complimented Ryan and Buck and D a lot, the camera people.
Yeah, a little too much, it sounds like, based on their performance today.
I think he was. I don't want to speak for Ryan.
Was he sleeping?
He was out to
If he was
lunch.
sleeping, we got issues. But other than that, that would have been a tough thing to get.
Ryan's living the high life in Oklahoma, thinking everything's sweet, thinking shit's just made in the shade, drinking lemonade. No,
I think he was actually worried about Coach Gasso. It appeared as if he was paying attention to something with Coach Gasso. And then as I was screaming, you see him look at me. And then, hey. And then bang, he's got to loosen that thing. And then he starts going, what? And then gone, And that's what happens to fighter jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ryan learned that lesson. Hey, if that thing sounds like a fighter jet, it's coming pretty quick. That thing's going to be here and it's going to be gone. We learned a lesson today. And we have to point it out or we'll never get better. And that's just part of the program. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
But Ryan's been great for us 2 weeks into this. Let's remember that. We can't just toss all that out.
he's been okay for us. Great for us would set the
You
bar
weren't there
right
when he found those trumpets around the horseshoe.
He did.
You weren't there for that.
Okay.
Remember how ass that sounded?
Trumpets
you remember that?
Yeah, and that was cool. Trumpets around the horseshoe, that was pissing us off. Cool ass flyover with one solo jet. Come on.
Yeah, I know. And it would have been really cool going over that scoreboard, too. It would have been pretty historic.
How low was he, Pat? Was he pretty low?
Pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, he buzzed the tower, I heard.
Yeah.
The what's the
strafing
cloud? What's that called? The ceiling?
Cirrus?
The
What's it
stratosphere?
called?
Cumulonimbus?
I don't know. There's something for what the fucking cloud thing is called. It's I don't know what it's called, but they're flying under the clouds.
Oh, man, dude. That's like my dream. That's like the only fucking thing I've never seen. I want to see it.
That's a shame.
Yeah, now that I think about it, Connor, we should be.
Someday.
Coach Gasso should have been saying sorry to you.
Yeah, this
Not to
actually
Ryan.
really. You know how I was flying really high? This is like the first time I haven't been since football started. Thanks, Ryan.
I mean,
Are you all right?
are those
Is it gonna be
bells for
okay?
you? Are those bells for your funeral?
Yeah.
Actually,
Connor, are you all right? I know.
with the bells, and I'm gonna be completely honest.
What?
He's done.
Ryan, I hope you're happy. Connor just quit, I think.
He's done.
Someone might need to check on him.
Hope that
He's devastated.
Is he crying?
Ryan, do you see it? I hope you understand what's happening back in Indianapolis.
Oh, he did the
Coach
arm.
Gasso is feeling
the arm
bad for
thing.
you. Nobody's really feeling bad. He's gone.
Oh, he almost went right to the brick wall.
Could have been worse. Insult to injury is what they call that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was him yelling right there?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He's going to go dump all over himself.
Hope that water
Hope you're happy, Ryan.
over has a cap on it.
Ryan said he's so sorry. I just want to let you know that.
Doesn't.
Ryan said he's so.
Serve water everywhere.
Was that a bunch of Zin spit all over the.
Oh, I hope not.
No.
Oh, no, it's
Here.
good. Didn't spill. Didn't spill.
He got lucky.
He knocked the mic over.
He got lucky.
He has been talking about, since I've known him, what is that, 8 years? About wanting to see in Oklahoma one fighter jet fly.
Right under the cloud cover, too, he said.
He said he talked to his father's father about it when he was a child.
Yeah.
And just never thought it would come. And then here it was. He didn't get a chance to see it. I saw it, though, for him. I guess I should just design,
Can you
recreate it? You draw a
You
recreation?
should go to the police station and see if they can sketch it.
Oh, there you
He
go.
had two wings.
Yeah,
Okay.
bingo.
I'll never forget it. Had two wings, had a nose pretty sharp.
Okay.
Sounded like he had a couple of jet engines on it.
It definitely
sounded out there. That son of a bitch did a hard bank too at the end as it
Pulling
just wanted
9
to do
Gs.
It's like it wanted to do about a 100-yard dash here down the field, and then the bank. Oh my God, the bank shot.
You think they were on missiles or had they switched to guns?
I think that was on buckshot.
Okay.
I think that was on buckshot.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. On the other side, let's make our picks.
Hell yeah.
Ryan, it's okay.
Yep.
Guy might have quit the show, but will you guys talk to him, get him back?
Yeah, we'll do our
Someone
best.
will. Foxy will probably or something like that.
Dumpy, did you see he's gone? He walked out. He couldn't take it anymore.
He'll be back.
Are you sure?
It's Picks Friday.
I don't know, but it was fighter jet in Oklahoma he dreamed about since he was a kid Friday, too.
Week 1, he'll be back.
We'll see.
We'll see, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Guess we'll see.
Guess we'll see.
Is Connor done with the show? I hope not.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
It would make sense, though, with how cool that was that I saw.
A once-in-a-lifetime thing.
He was so close. We were very close to seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it, though, Ryan didn't see it either. So Ryan's in the same position that Connor's kind of in. It was his dream to see that, too. Everybody's kind of bummed out. Let's take a break and get back, okay?
Reset, yeah.
Spirits lifted on the other side. As if 10 fighter jets are going to be flying over. Right over top. Let's act like that's about to happen.
Yep.
Because we're making our first picks Friday. Okay, let's go.
Deal.
Let's see the field, AJ.
We're seeing it. We are.
Let's get it right, AJ. Let's get them all right.
I think
Let's
we're
have
going
a
undefeated.
perfect slate.
We're going undefeated.
Why not us having a perfect slate? We started already good. Called the whole fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
That over should have hit.
It did.
Well, Tony was going
I forgot.
to.
I forgot my bad. I forgot my tone. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah,
on X.
I wasn't waiting for it not to hit, so in my mind, it hit. I was in week 1 form. I am not ready to stay up that late for.
Come on, I didn't see this in real time.
Disgusting. I stayed up to not watch it hit. All right, we'll be back on the other side.
Thanks, Bruce.
Make our picks. Let's be positive.
Yep.
Let's not miss on once-in-a-lifetime things on the other side.
Okay.
Can somebody call that jet?
Yeah, can you
Take
circle
the
back?
tractor another round?
It's cheap.
Saban probably could.
Yeah.
It is cheap, isn't it, AJ? I've heard this price.
Sure, it's super cheap for him to circle back around.
It's part of their training, okay?
They're going to do those flights anyways.
Flight
They're going to do
hours.
those flights anyways. I agree. I'm on that team.
Yeah.
Flyovers are awesome. Know that I am always on that team.
Yep.
No matter what happens, I am on that team. And also, I'm going to watch Red Zone. I'm sorry. I think everybody is.
You shouldn't say that on the internet, though, because they'll come
I got a lot of people that don't follow me telling me I'm the worst person on earth. It's like, I mean, sure, but you don't know that. You don't follow me close enough. The commercial thing, that's not the reason I think I'm the biggest asshole on earth at all. Jeez. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're making our picks on the other side. Somebody get Connor back.
Yep, you got it.
And somebody tell Connor Ryan's bummed too. He didn't get to see it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he's not going to listen right now.
All right, take your time. Go to the bathroom. We're picking a perfect slate on the other side.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you then. Goodbye.
They can run it. They can spin it. They can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now.
That's so stupid. That's crazy. Nice of you to do that. And also take us off the fucking team. We do not deserve to be on there.
They all commit and love what's going on in that weight room. They all commit and love what Jim Harbaugh's preaching. And everybody in the building's happy. Everybody's like excited to be there.
First row, blood pressure in the first row. Second row is up here.
It is infectious what they got going on. And how many owners are spending $300 million on a new facility just for the practice facility?
This is Butler Birdies.
Wow!
Oh my God! Oh shit! In the bunker.
Great shot. But then for them to do it upright for the last couple, it's like, look out for the Chargers, dude. Look out for the Chargers.
Coach. What are you going to get for you?
Here we go.
Okay, so we missed your birthday, we missed Christmas. We couldn't
Whoa, look at that.
Your perspective on high fives is one of the greatest things we've ever seen.
So all-time great invention.
I love the high five. Yeah, give each other a high five.
Boom!
Bam!
Boom!
Bam!
Boom! Boom!
Oh my God!
Wow! Boom!
So we wanted to make you basically something that you could high five. My dad made this.
Oh, wow. He is talented.
Yeah, boom. Keep that feeling. Yeah, boom. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. And we tested it. I think you can get a pretty good pop if you need. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Obviously, national champion, Michigan man, and greatest high five.
Yeah.
Because of what you brought for the high five world.
Oh, yeah.
He tried to give a handshake to that particular high five trophy. Did break the hand off. We had to put it back on.
Yeah, way to go, handshake.
Oh, no!
There we go.
We have so much respect for him.
You guys just roll deep. This would be entourage level, wouldn't it?
To be honest, we didn't know we were going to be able to get 11 people in here, and then we pulled up and said we have 11.
That's where it should be. Should roll 11.
Yeah. Always start 11.
You're the best.
I mean, wow, it looks like a lot of highlights against one particular team.
They played more than one game. Why do they have all these TDs for one game?
Imposing our will.
This sucks.
Party in the backfield. No one. We mean no one outbeats the Hutman. This might be close.
I love that Chargers team even more now.
If you were to touch this grass, it would feel as if the history of football was kind of one with your soul, one with your body. And then you look at the views, the sand
Gabriel
mountains with the cotton candy clouds, the way the sun will rise and then the sun will set, and as the sun is setting tonight, there's going to be a football game taking place. You're talking about movie stuff. What do you think it is about your team and that locker room, and why do you think you guys have been able to show up every week?
I think the buy-in on our team is unbelievable. We talk about a player-led team. I think a lot of people say that, but so rarely do you actually see it.
Two Goliath Big Ten teams. What a magical matchup here in the Rose Bowl. And watching Ohio State do what they did to Tennessee, it felt good for the North. They did. It felt good for the bowl.
Look at that field.
God, look at those mountains.
Look at those mountains. San Gabriel Mountains. There's the field.
The San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Mountains.
I believe that means the Gabriel.
All parties and all agree that it's in the best interest of everybody and public safety that we postpone the game for 24 hours.
AJ Hawk's working for the bowl.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to beautiful Pasadena, California, the granddaddy of them all, the 111th Rose Bowl, which will be taking place on the most beautiful field in the history of football. The Oregon Ducks, who are the Big Ten champs, will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. The college football playoff is obviously in the middle of a transition era, but we go back in time into a movie-like setting to battle in the Big Ten to see who gets to move on and who goes home. Our UFO just flew over top B-2 stealth bomber and in the national anthem. And on a day in the United States of America where a heinous act has happened, it's a nice reminder that we'll get your ass. You might take a shot, but you're never gonna win. And 10 for Will Howard. Same exact play action. Drops it off to Jeremiah Smith. With space. He's a monster. Jeremiah Smith. First touch is a touchdown. Time. Shot down the middle. Puka. Ooh, touchdown.
See the split safeties right here. So Will Howard knows his read, looks him off, steps up in the pocket. Great throw.
Takes a shot. And what happens? Jeremiah Smith comes up with the ball. Handoff. Run to the left. Jordan James. Ram. Will Howard. Time. Oh, no. Jeremiah Smith's wide ass open. And that's a touchdown. Ohio State is kicking the living shite out of the Oregon Ducks. If Jeremiah Smith is on your team, I think you can win every game. Travion Henderson. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown. They can run it. They can spin it. They can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now. Gathers a low snap. Throws left, throws back to the right. Jeremiah Smith's on the field. So that's another first down. Thus far, this game has been absolutely shite. Boom, 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 boom. That's so good. Oh, my God.
Wow.
That is so beautiful. You got Matt Hardy on the left there. AJ, chance.
I see it at the 47. Unfortunately, my youngest son puked all over himself, went to the hospital, so my whole family's not here anymore to hear that. But I'm getting some updates every once in a while. He seems to be doing not much better. He puked over the whole section. Jeez. Instant urgent care, instant hospital.
Oh, no.
What type of shite was he eating? Is someone making salmon down here? We came down here and smelled like fish.
Look at this.
For those that have never been here, I would recommend coming and checking it out. Although this particular game was absolute shite.
Woo! Roll ball.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you ping! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Here we go, hour 3, Friday, September 5th. Feel Good Friday. Pat and Gumpy are in Norman, Oklahoma. About to watch some big-time ball. Football! Yes.
I don't know if we nailed it or not.
No,
I don't know if we nailed it.
You got it. Gumpy's with you. How you guys doing, Pat?
We're great. Gumpy's been absolutely crushing it over here. Gumpy saw a solo fighter jet fly over the stadium here in Norman, Oklahoma. Ain't that right?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
What a sight to behold. I will say throughout the entire break, Ryan was working on getting camera to find one of those. And he also built a paper plane that he was going to send.
Can we see it?
Send across.
Go ahead, do it.
It was great. Yeah, you
do
can put
it,
it in front
Ryan.
of the
I
camera
bet it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. It's like a B-2 bomber, a stealth bomber.
Yeah, that's kind of what
I love it, Ryan.
I'm going to say.
No, that's not what flew
I,
over, right? That wasn't a highly classified vehicle flying over the stadium, was it?
I sent the video in some guy's IG story. He added me in it. Foxy, can you pull that out of the group text? Maybe Bruce
Looking
is going to
for
have to do it.
Yeah, it's so freaking sick. I can't even begin to explain.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, but just take it back. Act like it didn't happen already. Just have this guy's video be the one of it actually happening, Con Man. Great to have you back, by the way. Connor, there next to Ty Schmidt at the Toxic Table. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is here. Don't like doing the second half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino here. We are in Norman, Oklahoma for Oklahoma, Michigan tomorrow, and we're also very excited to make these picks. AJ,
hell yeah.
We are gassoed up. To go ahead and pick against the spread. We're already batting 1,000. Last night, we knew the Cowboys were going to cover. We knew the Eagles were going to win. We knew Jalen was going to score. We knew Saquon was going to score. These are just things that are gimmies now at this point whenever these teams are playing. Jalen Hurts' touchdown, it was only minus 160, which is obviously still pretty big. Still pretty heavy favorite. But that feels like a guarantee every single time they are playing. And with the way he's playing, with the way they're covering him, I don't know how he doesn't continue to get into the end zone. And if they're going to continue to run the ball more than they pass it, maybe they are in the middle of a dynastic run that we're going to respect the hell out of. But last night felt easy. Let's see if the entire spread is the same way. Let's get started here. Obviously, Sunday is going to be magical. Can we put the thank you. Kansas City versus Los Angeles tonight, Friday night. Available on YouTube. That's crazy.
So just sweet. YouTube, right?
Yeah,
strictly YouTube.
Yeah. Correct.
That's going to do big numbers.
Can't wait to see what it is.
I'm not positive, but I think you
is.
can watch on YouTube TV as well,
You
which
can.
will make that number a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying whenever it's broadcasted on other platforms, one of them might have a little bit less on it than because not everybody can see it in one place?
Yeah,
Is that
I'd
what
say
you're saying?
so. I would say I'm already going to go YouTube TV. I just think it's going to be easier for me.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like people, not everybody goes on the same thing to watch something. So if you put them on multiple places, sometimes the people who are on those different places only watch them on that place instead of going to another place to watch it.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying like if you are on TV, then also on like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, TikTok Live, and YouTube, there's a chance that maybe some of them eat into each other. But if you look at the entire you're able to reach everybody. Don't you think that's probably...
Now we're doing math.
Yeah, you got to...
No.
Now we're adding things
But
up.
one of them might be a little bit, or maybe a couple of them might be lower than what they would be. Fucking idiots everywhere. Now, tonight, Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers. I'm excited to see what this year looks like for the Chiefs. Gumpy, what are your thoughts on this game?
Chiefs, easy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thought maybe we're going to get an explanation. No explanation needed, says Gumpy. Anybody injured? Anything we should think about? Rasheed Rice out for the Chiefs for the first 6 weeks, right?
Yeah. He's
So
out
anything else?
Rashawn Slater, starting left tackle for the Chargers, who they paid this offseason. He got hurt. He's done for the year, actually, so he won't be playing for the Chargers. I can't think of any other.
Mekhi Becton, sick.
Questionable, though. He's not officially out yet, I don't think. But aside from that, I think the only guy that's going to be the biggest miss is the left tackle, Rashawn Slater.
I do have something. The 3.5 is correct if you're going by ESPN bet numbers. 3.5 is ESPN bet's the only place that has 3.5. Everywhere else has 3. So if you're taking the Chiefs, go somewhere else.
What are we doing?
We're taking the best number this year.
I like that we're doing that.
Yeah.
I like that we're doing that. AJ, who do you like?
I like the Chiefs at 3.
Yes,
right?
you get at 3.
Okay. Give me the Chiefs
Me
at
too.
3. Yes.
Yeah, we're all in on it. You're at 3 too as well.
AJ, maybe think about 3.5.
Oh, you don't care. Gumpy says 3.5 good, 4.5 good, 5.5 good. How many do you think?
I understand that, but
out tonight.
I would take 3 though. Give me 3.
Yeah, I'll take 3 as well. All right, let's go. Raiders, Patriots. Mike Vrabel era begins in New England as the Pete Carroll era begins in Las Vegas. We're up in Foxborough. Obviously, there's a Tommy Brady statue up there. They're also building a Bill Belichick statue up there. That's good news, especially after what happened on Monday night. We thought maybe statue time was over for Bill Belichick, but he's getting one up there in New England, as he should, which should be amazing. Con Man, 2.5. Do you feel good about that with Geno Smith and the boys rolling into town?
Yeah, I feel like it should be a pick 'em just because there's so many questions on both teams. Christian Gonzalez is out. He hasn't really been a part of anything since the first week of padded practice with a hamstring. Yeah, Will Campbell questionable. Feels like he should play. And then for the Raiders, aside from Wilkins being done with the team, I think there was one other situation. Yeah, or Jacoby Myers. Yeah, but Jacoby Myers requested a trade, was told no. He is playing for the Raiders. But yeah, 2.5. I mean, it's one of those numbers. Let's find out.
It is 2.5 across the board.
Okay.
Amari Cooper retired from the Raiders.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper just retired 2 days ago, but I don't think anybody was expecting him to be with the Raiders. Whatever the case, we hope Amari Cooper is happy. I will take the Raiders plus 2.5 in Foxborough. Who knows if New England steals a 1-point win, maybe a 2-point win, and I still get a dub in this particular game, but Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, Tom Brady's involved over there. Tom Brady wanted to be quarterback for the Raiders. Tom Brady wanted to be quarterback for the Raiders. And John Gruden said, I'm sticking with Carr, man. And everybody said that John Gruden hated Derek Carr. He picked him over Tom Brady, allegedly. And when Tom Brady said, you're sticking with that motherfucker, that's who he was talking about. Derek Carr in Las Vegas. Now he's an owner, very hands-on. They got Chip Kelly running the offense. Max Crosby's obviously back for another year. I like Las Vegas plus 2.5 against New England. AJ, who do you like?
You know what? I don't want to go against you this quick, but I'm going to have to take the Patriots minus 2.5. I think the Patriots win by a field goal. I think Vrabel's defense finds a way to get a couple turnovers, something like that, to flip the game. But yeah, give me the Patriots minus 2.5.
Gumpy, who do you like there?
I'll take the Raiders plus 2.5. Very tight game.
I like that.
Very
Steelers, Jets. Steelers only favored by 2.5. They go all in. Spending more money in places and on people that they would have never done in the past. Over under 37.5. All points being scored. Artie Smith, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Jalen Warren, fresh off a new deal, and an offensive line that a lot of people are wondering, are they going to be able to be great or not? I'm excited to see this Pittsburgh Steelers team against this New York Jets squad. I'm going to take the Steelers minus 2.5, like I assume everybody that has a microphone in front of them right now is doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would imagine, Guppy, you're going to take them at 2.5. Sorry if I jumped in line, but I'm taking the Steelers. This is also a weird, personal game, too, with Aaron Glenn and the stuff he's been asked about the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, how he's moving on. There's I think both sides, from Aaron's side and from the Jets and Aaron Glenn. I'm curious to see what pregame looks like.
And Justin Fields. Justin Fields was with the Steelers last year. This is a good Week 1 game. The fact that the Steelers are favored by 2.5, I would assume it would be more. What are the sportsbooks saying here, Tone?
Yeah, it's 2.5 at most, or 3 at some. A lot of the public is on the Steelers. I mean, that's just kind of how it is because they've been talked about more all season.
37.5, they think it's going to be a poopy game.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Real cagey affair.
I don't want to be dramatic. If the Steelers win, they're going to go to the Super Bowl. If they lose, the season's over. So.
Oh, man.
He's right. I know this is Week 1. If the Steelers lose this game, it's over.
Yeah.
You need to DoorDash some new drawers because all Steelers fans will be shitting their pants about how much money they spent and what the future looks like. Con Man, you're about to say something, it sounds like, about the Steelers.
When Rap Sheet was here, this is actually about the Jets. When Rap Sheet was here, he was kind of talking about how, hey, what you see from the Jets in the preseason, once the season starts, it's completely different. And I'm assuming every team is like that. But if, the Jets come out and they just read option up and down the field with Justin Fields and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen and throw it 10 times to Garrett Wilson, and it's just a gritty slugfest, like a 37.5 spread would make you think. It's a weird line with a weird over-under, man. I don't know.
That is a very weird line. But I see TJ looking like the condor with the option. He's going to tackle both of them.
Okay.
I think we're going to see a play where TJ tackles both guys, quarterback and running back. Although Justin Fields, incredibly difficult to tackle. Whenever he's running, he is a problem. Let's assume Mike Tomlin will have a plan for that on the defensive side of the ball, and Artie Smith and the boys, hopefully they're ready to go. Pittsburgh Steelers -2.5 across the board. Good luck to all parties over there. Miami Dolphins traveling to Ladas, taking on the Indianapolis Colts as 1.5-point favorites at home. We'll be honoring Jim Irsay, and by we, I mean the Colts. We'll be doing that for the boss. His shirt, I believe, will be on every seat in the stadium, I think, and he's going into the Ring of Honor. There's going to be a lot of legends around. It's going to be great to catch up with everybody, and I think it's going to be an electrifying atmosphere in Lucas Oil Stadium. Now, when you think about the Dolphins, other than Peter Schrager, there isn't a lot of people saying positive things, including Dolphins fans.
Darren Waller surprisingly out. I thought for sure he'd be ready for Week 1.
There's another
Hasn't practiced, thought he'd be out there.
Couldn't get this guy to say something,
2-4-0 Week 1, though. Never lost Week 1.
Okay,
Throws for over 300 yards.
Okay, I'm happy you started looking for positive.
Colts haven't won on Week 1 since 2019.
Okay.
Was Andy Dahn on that team?
No.
Exactly.
Good
AJ.
point.
Definitely not.
Thank you,
make
AJ.
a good point. Our secondary, not good. Pass rush, very good.
Give me the Colts -1.5.
All right.
Actually, AJ, I could get you Colts -0.5.
I'll take that one.
Oh.
Yep, we'll take that. That's what we'll do.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll have that.
We'll have that. Gumpy, obviously, all over the Dolphins.
Yeah,
plus
100%. Here
plus
we go.
a half.
No, just money line. Yeah.
All right, straight up.
Yeah, come on.
All right, that's what we'll do.
Good luck.
Yeah, we already got that -0.5.
Good
so
luck.
Get straight up.
It's gonna
I'm
be a
happy
good
everybody's
game.
on the Colts. This is
It's gonna
cool.
be a good game.
7% optimism. Yeah, right. Fucking look around.
Yeah,
a lot of people taking
the public
Colts
is all
-1.
public's all on the Dolphins. So that's good.
What?
Hey, right where you want to be.
Bingo. Yeah. Hey, how's the public been doing lately, Pat?
As season just started. How
why?
Bad.
Why, dude?
the Dolphins have more negative shit than us, don't they?
Offense,
So much
if
unknown.
Tua's healthy- If Tua's healthy, though, the offense is good. Always has.
I mean, you saw we put up the Hopo-meter poll. The Colts were dead last.
Well, how many people
Yeah, but I
vote
thought
for that?
Yeah, exactly. I thought that
lot.
was a group of ARs, believe ours. that were getting a little active.
71% is on the Fins.
Jeez.
It's a lot.
We don't need to see this.
I'm sticking with
Fins
the
aren't
Colts.
much higher there. 19.
Colts -1.5. I didn't know that was going to be a fucking abnormal pick. I thought the Dolphins would be a guaranteed. Everybody would be riding with the horse for sure.
Yeah, for the boss.
Yeah.
These fucking people don't know
boss.
shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's going to be a tough bar.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
with-
tough bar.
Always is.
Definitely don't want to be playing the Colts when you're.
That guy. Look at that fucking guy.
Yeah, you can't lose on that day.
Exactly.
No chance of losing.
Nah.
He's going into the goddamn Ring of Honor.
Danny
Can't
Dimes
lose.
knows that. He knows that.
Danny Dimes.
Dimes knows.
Danny Dimes is running out with one of Jim's favorite guitars.
Oh, sweet strap to him. Big strap.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a little mini
Time to
amp.
get Dimes. There was a Jeezy song playing this morning on the plane. Get Right by Jeezy. And I turned right into Dimes. Tell them get Dimes. And you can actually carry that through the entire song. Just want to let that know. It might be everything I think about Dimes going into the game.
Yeah.
Would I have been supportive of the Colts if AR was quarterback of this week one? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I would have been a believer heart. Okay, and I assume at some point he's going to have to play. So I'll continue to be a believer, even though everything coming out of the building is that they give him every opportunity. I mean, look, Danny Dimes, we all said if Danny Dimes wins this quarterback competition, this is now we weren't in the say of who won the quarterback competition. We watched 0 reps other than the highlights that were posted online. We watched the preseason games. Danny Dimes is obviously going to be able to do some shit. He's fast. He runs a lot. Nobody's talking about how athletic he is. At the Giants, nobody talked about how athletic he was. In Shane Steichen's offense now, nobody's talking about how athletic he is. I think that's going to be a weapon. What's his over-under rush yards? Somebody can pull that up for
95.
For Danny Dimes.
Yeah, not high
Exactly.
enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Well
like
put.
nobody's really thinking about Danny Dimes running wild out there. There's a chance Danny Dimes runs wild.
Danny Dimes
Everybody thinks
Tug.
about him. Exactly. Danny Dimes, you think about him running and tripping over a yard line. What was it, like the 20-yard line or something?
Yeah, against the Eagles.
Yes.
And that's all anybody thinks is like, oh, this guy. Yeah, right. You hammer the Danny Dimes over rush yards, normally going to hit longest rush over Danny Dimes going to hit. Much more athletic than anybody gives him credit for, and I think Shane Steichen loves that. I think we're going to see that.
21.5 is his total.
Well,
Lock.
Over all day.
That's one run.
21 miles per hour, they said.
That's right. Jonathan Taylor said. Jonathan Taylor said, this white guy, pretty quick.
And it's for the bust? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's his first start. There's been a lot of shit being said about Danny Dimes. A lot. A lot of that pessimism is because Danny Dimes won the head coaching job. It's like, or the starting quarterback job. It's like, all right, Danny Dimes, let's see if you got it. I'm excited to watch. And if not, if the Colts stink this year, full rebuild coming. That's exciting.
Boom.
And if the Colts are good this year, we celebrate every week.
That's
So
exciting.
I'm very pumped going into the year. I'm like, here we go. Let's do this. I think they have a team and have paid enough people to be good. I think we have a chance to be good. Not a lot of people do. I think we do, especially with the Loud House. On the defensive side, we stacked up in the back end. We got like actual vets paid actual money. We bring in, we got a team.
Oh, yeah.
The Colts got a team. Don't let that athletic article kind of fool you. We got a squad. Now, are they worth a fuck? We find out against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday at the Loud House, 1 o'clock, honoring Jim Irsay. Bengals-Browns, AFC North battle, over under 48.5. I am, give me the Browns. Give me the Browns.
Whoa.
Myles Garrett's playing football for them.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, and you could get the Browns at the 5.5, and if you want the Bengals, you could get them at -5.
Okay, so I will take Browns at 5.5. I still think the Bengals win, but I think it's a cagey affair. Who do you like?
Zach Taylor, historically bad to start the season. I know they played in the preseason, but is Trey ready? Is Shamar Stewart ready? I like the Brownies to cover here.
He said the Bengals, Zach Taylor, 1-11, I think, or something like
Yeah.
that. I forget what the number is.
First 3 or 4 weeks of the season, I believe.
Makes sense, right? Just because the whole Burrow thing and the Jamar Chase thing, like they've never had a full team at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe was healthy last year. I don't want to,
Zach,
no Jamar.
Zach Taylor has a career record of 1-11 in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season.
We knew we had it somewhere in there.
There it is.
Yeah, we found it.
There
Yeah,
it is.
that made us feel good whenever we, anything that adds to what we're thinking, we like to see.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of a part of the problem. We're not looking for anything else. We're not looking. Jamar Chase was out last year. We don't want to hear that. The Cincinnati Bengals feel like they can win a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, we don't want to hear that. We just want to hear, is Myles Garrett playing football on that team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is Joe Flacco over there? Yeah. I like the Browns to keep it within
Jerry
5.5.
Jeudy.
Yeah.
Oh, our favorite
there
player.
it is.
Favorite player, Jerry Jeudy.
Jeudy.
Ford averaging 5 yards per carry. I mean,
I like the Browns
Browns got some
plus 5.5.
weapons over there now.
Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, with all that being said, I'll take the Bengals at -5. I think Joey B and the boys put up enough points. I think Trey Hendrickson wrecks shop.
course.
I think Trey Hendrickson comes in. He's got fresh legs. Here we go, Bengals.
Yeah, Pat.
1-0.
Just so you know, Pat, you were saying you were taking the Cleveland Browns over the Cincinnati Bengals.
To cover, not to win.
Yeah, not to win.
Yeah.
Keep it close. Myles Garrett, opening weekend.
Flacco still got it.
Yeah, there's been no offseason stuff for Cleveland, too. They've just been fucking balling.
Smooth sailing, right?
I'm on the Browns as well.
I like that. I'm with both of the hammer. Cowboys. That feels like a good horse to ride, out of the barn. Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. Now, the Giants are in a make-or-break year. I think everybody over there knows it. It's Russell Wilson's team to start the season. When will Jackson Dart get in? Will Jackson Dart get in? And on the other side, they pay Terry McLaurin. They bring everybody back. Jalen Daniels with another year. Washington Commanders were the team of destiny last year, we all thought, for a franchise that has been down into dumps and actually spilling dumps on people that were at the stadium for a long, long, long time. AJ, who do you like in this one, brother?
This is a tough one, I think. I love the Washington Commanders and what they're doing, but give me the New York Football Giants at +5 and
You can
plus
get them
6.
You can get them at 6.
Definitely give me them at +6. I don't know. There's something. I'm sure it might be some preseason garbage, but there feels to be a nice positive buzz around the New York Giants. I think Daboll. I like what they're doing, man. I think they keep this thing close.
That's literally all we can go off of his vibes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
they feel
is
much
vibes?
better than before, right? And with Abdul Carter. That's what I'm going off of. I'm picturing him in camp just flying off the head.
Oh, yeah. Dexter Lawrence in the middle, too.
Should have a better.
Sexy Dexy.
Should have a better back end too.
All right, I'll take the Giants +5.5 as well. But once again, this does not mean they're winning the game.
You get 6, Pat. You get it at
6.
Yeah, I like that.
They've covered 6 of 7 in Washington as well. The Giants. Give me the G-Man.
That's right. Always tight.
Yeah. Keep it
That bad,
tight.
Bruce.
That boy, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Good luck, Bruce. Keep it tight. Keep it tight, Bruce. Carolina Panthers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously, it's a brand new era for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're in the Travis Hunter era down there. Old Stoner says we're going to explore everything that football can be with Travis Hunter. He'll be majoring in wide receiver, minoring in DB. How many reps will he get on the defensive side? How many balls will he get on the offensive side? We will certainly watch. Trevor Lawrence, this feels like a year where he could go, or we could all decide that it didn't go well, even though he's had 45 different head coaches already in the same amount of offensive coordinators. Carolina Panthers look great at the end of the year. Bryce Young looked like a real deal. Now, do they have a number one bona fide? We're not 100% sure. How's their offensive line? Not 100% sure. How's the defense? We assume they'll be okay. It's tough to really judge a Carolina Panthers team because I don't know shit about them. I know Sheena Quick covers them. I know Bryce Young had a big second half of the year last year. I know Andy Dalton's back for his 15th year as the backup quarterback there. Tepper's a better owner now than he was. I think we all agree. And the good vibes are down there at the end of the season. Does that continue into this year? We shall see.
If there was one game that I wouldn't bet, it would be this one.
Yeah, a lot of question marks.
No clue, but I do. Give me the Panthers plus the points.
Okay, AJ, your thoughts? Are you going with Gumpy, just taking points in this one that we don't really know anything about?
No, I think the Jags find a way to win this game, and I think they win by more. Do I get it 3?
No, this one's 3.5.
Okay, give me the Jags still at -3.5. I honestly have faith. I think Trevor Lawrence, he knows this is the year. He's going to figure it out.
I'll ride with Stoner and Liam Cohen down there in Duval. Give me the Jags -3.5 as well. Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons here in an NFC South battle. Obviously, we had BA on the program just a few days ago. He loves the people down in Tampa Bay. Talked about the GM and ownership as if they don't get enough credit. Baker Mayfield, perfect fit for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. It sounds like by all parties talking about him being there for like 10 years. Like, hey, he's going to be here for the long haul. Obviously, Mike Evans still in the squad. Defense still going to be able to fly around. Their favorite taking on Raheem Morris in the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix Jr., as this is his first campaign as the bona fide starter for an NFL program. Kirk Cousins will be backing him up, taking up a lot of salary cap, but obviously good vibes. AJ, how do you feel about this particular NFC South battle down there in Atlanta?
So I do like Raheem down there in Atlanta. I like what he's doing. I think they're going to be much better, but I'm taking Tampa Bay right here. Tampa Bay -1.5 on the road. I have too much belief in Baker and what he does and his moxie and his competitive spirit. Honestly, I am biased towards Baker. I love him as a player.
I got the Bucs making it to the Super Bowl. Give me the Buccaneers -1.5.
That's a big prediction. Where were you at on Peter Schrager's super duper?
I love this Bucs team, man. They're loaded with weapons.
All right, I'll take the Bucs as well. I mean, Jesus, going to the Super Bowl. I love that. Congrats to Tampa. Great city. Great city.
It's not that tough of a division.
NFC South.
I mean, these are the two teams.
Nah, Kellen Moore's down there doing it. He's got the whistle.
Yeah, they might win a game.
Whoa. Arizona Cardinals.
Maybe this one.
New Orleans Saints. Cardinals, obviously, Kyler just yesterday said that he and Marvin Harrison Jr. are at a very different place now than they were whenever he first got drafted. I believe Kyler Murray said it's night and day from where we were to where we are. That's great news, obviously, for the Arizona Cardinals. Remember, the Cardinals team played a lot of close games last year. The head coach of that team, Coach
Gannon.
Shots. Explosives.
It was hard to take him serious there for a while, but last year it feels like he earned our respect. I think we all ended up talking about the Arizona Cardinals in a very positive fashion. At the beginning of the year, Cardinals do well. Isn't that kind of the thing?
Yeah.
And then can they sustain? We shall see. And then the Saints, there's nothing positive that has come out of there. Like, they got Cam still on that defense. They got, I think, DeMario still on that defense down there.
And he's a
Like,
host.
they got some real dogs down there still on the defensive side, but nobody's even given them anything. Only getting 6.5 is a weird thing to say, but it's real with this New Orleans Saints team and the vibes coming out of their camp. Anything we need to know about this toxic table, please?
I don't know, really. I mean, I think all eyes are on Chris Olave. Hopefully he doesn't get any hospital balls this year. People are very worried about his concussion situation the past couple of years. Rattler's going.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's going to be a quick hook, but we're probably going to play the if Rattler looks like shit the first several weeks. Like, hey, when are we going to see Tyler Shuck? I doubt it'll happen week 1, but you never know.
Okay, so on that note, give me the Cardinals minus 6.5 in a very, very, very difficult environment. Yeah. I mean, down in New Orleans is always going to be tough. AJ, who do you like?
After all the back and forth, honestly, give me the Saints. Tone, you said I could get them at +7, right?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'll take them at +6.5 then, I guess. But I want the Saints, honestly. Let's see what Spencer Rattler can do.
Your guy, Pete Warner?
Yeah, Pete Warner. Yep. He's going to be hustling sideline to sideline. We know that.
Hell yeah.
I think they find a way to keep this thing close.
I think Stutzman's playing linebacker for them boys, too, if I remember correctly.
Man, here we go.
Wow.
We are downhill, boys. We are going downhill.
To be honest, it's just strictly because I hope that it's Kyler's year. Like, I hope Kyler becomes a guy. Like, you know, not that he
he's fun to watch.
Talked about. Yeah, he is very fun to watch. And it's like Marvin Harrison Jr., we assume, going to be a very good wide receiver in the league. So hopefully this is the year where they go. That's the only reason why I'm picking them here is because of hope. Niners, Seahawks. It's Christian McCaffrey. Can we FaceTime Shefty, please?
Jeez.
Can we FaceTime Shefty? Just get a little
Bruce is on it.
This is scary. Like, did it come out? Did it just happen?
Just
Feels
announced
like it.
today.
I'm hoping it's
I
like one of those throwback jokes, you know?
Oh, I don't think it works.
It's not April.
Yeah.
It's not April.
Now, I don't know how he knows this, but I saw a tweet from Dr. David Chow today that said this is not related to the Achilles tendonitis and it's just a calf thing. So hopefully he's right.
Well, he was doing B skips. Did you see those when he was warming up doing B skips?
Yeah, we have those, I think.
There's A skips, you see, because your egg's going up like this, creating an A. And then the B skip is when you whip it around. You know, whenever you whip that thing around, it's a track exercise.
Yeah, you got it.
Ain't that right, AJ?
You're nailing it. Those cowboy boots. Can Gump probably can't do that or not?
No.
A skip, you know, classic little hesitate.
Yeah, just to look sweet, yeah.
Bang, bang. B skip, you go home, and then you're pulling that shit. Yeah, bang, 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 bang. He's pulling that shit. That's like a track warm-up for the hammies, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Him being able to do that, I think, is a good thing. But it even being reported is crazy, especially post-fantasy football drafts like they did exactly last year. Like, this all feels like... Joining us now, senior NFL insider at ESPN, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Tornado Alley. I'll hold it. Point my lights.
Little noise.
Michigan man, senior NFL insider for ESPN. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sheffield.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Jacksonville Jaguars, Tarp there. We both picked them against the spread here this week, so hopefully Liam Cohen is able to figure it out. Hey, this Christian McCaffrey thing. Once again, this is all post-fantasy football drafts. His name pops up on an injury report. Calf, obviously very scary for, I assume, a lot of Niners fans and also us because of what happened last year with his lower leg. How do we feel about this and what happened here?
Well, I'll tell you what I know. Obviously, there's a lot that's unknown right now, and there'll be more that's known in the next 24 to 48 hours. But here's where we are right now. Christian McCaffrey was a full participant in practice Wednesday. He was limited on Thursday, added to the injury report with what the team called a calf injury. Now, ordinarily, you hear calf, limited practice. With most players, you find it interesting. With Christian McCaffrey, it almost becomes earth-shattering because of everything that he went through last year, and everybody remembers the experience where he's made inactive. So, as somebody was saying to me, like I said to somebody that rosters him on their team, like, are you nervous? I'm like, anytime I hear Christian McCaffrey and calf, yes, I think there's reason to be alarmed. On the other hand, I was told this morning that Christian McCaffrey doesn't sound overly concerned. I was told that he felt like it was some cramps yesterday in the calf. There's still no clarification about what's real and what's not. I'm not sure what's real. Like, I've heard, with all due respect, I've heard Christian McCaffrey downplay things before, and then they weren't what we thought. So I think with this situation right now, it's wait and see. I think there is concern just because it's his calf. If it was Christian McCaffrey shoulder, I got to be honest with you, Christian McCaffrey anything, I'm a little alarmed with what he's been through in recent years. But if it was another body part, I might be a little less alarmed. But I see calf, and you can't help but wonder what's going on. Now, Thursday is supposed to be the day that he talks to the media at his locker. The media came in after practice. Christian McCaffrey was not at his locker and did not conduct his normal press Thursday session.
No show.
Oh boy.
No show.
We're going this way. We're going this way. We're going this
So
way.
so again, I'm just giving you what I know, which is hardly everything. I think it's a big question, and we're going to see what is real with that calf. Now, I'll say this. If it's nothing like he initially thinks and like I was told, that'd be great, and he plays, and he's going to be a huge factor. But if for some reason he's questionable Sunday, he doesn't go, it's the calf, I think we've got an issue. Like, it's something.
It's something already.
Okay, yeah.
It's something, right? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yes.
Even if it's
Certainly
minor now.
Yeah. They DoorDashed a lot of panic to me whenever he showed up on that IR, especially after what happened last year. Shefty, we appreciate you taking time and give us the information. How do you feel about tomorrow?
I think that Sharon Moore played guard at Oklahoma. And I think Sharon Moore is going to want to run the football the way he did when he played guard at Oklahoma. I know we got a lot of talk about the quarterbacks, but I think Michigan's going to be Michigan, and it's going to be some old-fashioned running there.
I love that. Thank you, Schefter, for taking time. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Schefter.
You guys have a great weekend, guys.
See you, buddy. Dude, everything was like, if it's a calf, it's an interesting thing, so certainly you got to look into it. People around Christian say he's not worried about it. Now, he's been publicly not worried about it before, and it's been very bad. And then there's a chance, though, this is nothing, and he plays this weekend. And then there's a chance he doesn't play. That was what Schefter just did. Yeah. I was like, I got nothing for you, but let me take you on a couple fucking rides here. A couple whoop-de-whoosh. Yeah, he's downplaying it. He doesn't think it's that big of a deal. He's done that before, though, and it's been terrible. There's a chance he plays and everything's okay. There's a chance he doesn't play. And it was like, that was really well done by Schefter, but I think he's probably still in the gathering of information process with that. That's a huge piece of information. He was the one that broke the Achilles last year, right? Achilles tendonitis.
Yep.
Schefter, it was almost like either when he was on the show or right before he came on the show. That was devastating. Let's hope CMC is good. With that being said, he's playing, and they're covering. I like the San Francisco 49ers in Seattle, and I think this is the year the Niners are back, even though I can't wait to see the Seahawks team year 2 under Mac Donald. Go ahead, AJ.
I'm going to have to see with the Niners as well, whether Christian plays or not. It definitely worries me. If it was nothing, he would have finished practice. I mean, it could, obviously he could be just, hey, let's make sure we're going to be overly cautious, whatever. But I will take the Niners here, and I hope to see Christian McCaffrey out there in warm-ups and full pads and playing this game and finishing everything because, the NFL needs that guy for sure.
Cramps can feel like a pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cramp can feel like a pull. Like when I pulled like my quad or something like that, it did at the beginning feel like, oh, there's a little bit of a cramp feel there, and then it just continues. Hamstring, same thing. When you pull your hammy, it's like a little bit of a cramping feel. And then it's like, oh, no, that's not a cramp. You actually tore your shit. Now, that's why everything that Schefter told us, like, just
Snip,
It felt like a cramp. It felt like a cramp. Well, it doesn't. What it feels like and what it is could be two very different things. It felt like a horse kicked me in the back of my heel. Oh, you tore your Achilles. Yeah, so like things feeling like things and what they are. We need more clarity.
Well, unfortunately, even if he does play, it seems like we're kind of back in the situation when he was in Carolina where every time he touches the ball this season, you're going to hold your breath and being like, oh, Jesus Christ, I hope he didn't tweak his hammy or tweak his cat. Like, it seems like that is the road we're going down where when he was healthy in San Francisco, it wasn't a concern. He was just going out there and scoring touchdowns all the time, but I think we're past that point.
It's just like Tyrese kind of during the playoffs. Like once he hurt his calf, it was just one of those things you're not like waiting on it, but you are very closely watching the extension, and
that changed how we view all of these calf and Christian McCaffrey and all that. I think Tyrese's situation and the NBA guys, that's changed how we view when they sit these guys down. We're like, okay, good, don't tear their Achilles.
Yeah.
Did we know more than most people with that calf thing with Tyrese there for 4 days, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
a lot.
We had a look. We were just waiting. Like Shams, what do you know? Is what we were saying. Just like what all has been reported.
Yes,
like that is because we kind of knew he had a little something. Because the game before there was a fall, it was awkward, and it looked weird. And we go, "Yo, you all right?" He's like, "I felt a little something." It's like, "Well, that's not good. You feel a little something? We're in the fucking finals. That's not." And then the way it plays out there, I can't help. I'm still heartbroken for Tyrese.
Sucks.
Game 7, he was going to have 50
He
points.
was hooping early. Never hoops like that.
Ever. Never that aggressive. Never that. It's all right. He'll come back and do it again. Love you, Ty.
Hell yeah,
Love you, Ty.
Tyrese.
Good luck to your Iowa State team, Ty.
Nah, fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
Who's favorite?
Love you, though, Tyrese. Iowa State is.
It's like one.
Rocco Beck can spin that
They've looked real
thing.
good.
They have looked very good. Very physical.
Yeah, especially he was in Ireland. I was up at 2:30 a.m. when I was in Australia, and I'm like, holy fuck, Rocco Becht. This guy could spin it.
Yeah.
And then I forgot his dad, Anthony Becht, won in WVU Sports Hall of Fame last year. Okay? When he did it, he waited until Iowa State came to town. And guess what Rocco Becht did on Hall of Fame night for his dad? Rocco Becht shit. That kid's a player. He's a real deal. Nobody. That's just like Carson Beck. Carson Beck getting you in and out of the huddle, like just executing a play for maybe the first 5-6 weeks of college ball. Very important. Like just getting shit, like looking like an operation. Carson Beck being able to do it with Miami, big deal. Rocco Beck, when I'm watching that thing in Ireland, when I'm in Australia, 2:30, I'm like, how did I not think of Rocco Beck being one of these guys? He's been a quarterback for 45 years. He's been a quarterback. He's been a vet in the game, basically, there. I'm worried about Iowa, brother. I don't love it. And Gronowski, I like that he came out and said there was a little early jitters. There's a little early. I like that he said that. Now, I don't like knowing that, but I like that he said it. You know what I mean, Ty?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. This game, it means a lot more for Iowa this year than it does Iowa State, because I think Iowa State has a legitimate shot to win the Big 12. Iowa's probably, they're not going to win the Big 10. So it's like if they win this game, they could still be one of those dark horse teams that maybe slips into the, an 11 or a 12 seed in the playoffs. But I told you this earlier in the week, Pat. Iowa State won 11 games last year. I think this year's team, this is the best Iowa State team Matt Campbell has ever had, and it's a name. So we'll see, though. That's why you play the game.
That is why you play the game. If Kirk wins, he becomes the all-time winningest Big Ten coach, right?
Yeah, which is pretty remarkable.
I think there's going to be a lot of legends on that sideline, from what I've been told. A lot of legends coming back. Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty awesome over there.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I'm very excited to watch that one. Very excited.
All right, let's get to the next game. You picked the Niners. I picked the Niners. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos, favored by 8.5. Biggest spread of the weekend. Gump, how do you feel about this game?
I'm excited to watch Cam Ward. I know number one rookie quarterbacks don't fare well in their first start, but I think they cover the points here.
AJ, who do you like?
I got to take the Broncos, man. 8.5 is a ton of points, but everyone's pumping the tires of the Denver Broncos, and I believe in their defense, and I believe in Bo Nix and Sean Payton. So give me the Broncos.
If you're taking the Broncos, you can get 8.
Give me 8. Broncos at 8, maybe 7 even.
Well, I don't think that is
Don't
exactly
do
how
this,
that
okay?
works.
If we're going to do
All right,
the
this is my
best
last
number
one.
every single time.
I don't know if Tone's giving me 3 of them where I got to take off a half of them.
No, he's not. He's just telling you when you got the full number.
I'm giving you the best option. I
Okay,
promise.
good. I'm coachable. I will not do it anymore.
Thank you, Tony.
You were told that already a couple times.
You sack of bones.
I enjoyed it.
Good to have you back alive, Conrad. I'm glad you didn't kill yourself.
No.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
it was touch and go for a while. I watched you almost walk right into that brick wall. Your head almost hit that brick wall.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, not dead.
Ryan, I'll go with the Broncos as well, -8. I like Cam Ward. I like him a lot. I have no idea what their team looks like, so just give me the Broncos. I like the Broncos. Good vibes out of Broncos. Bo Nix probably going to be even better. I would assume much better because his work ethic, everything everybody talks about him, just like Jalen Hurts.
Vance.
Vance with that defense.
It's a rookie.
I like the Broncos there. I don't know if we should with as many points as that is. Obviously, that's a lot of points for week 1 in the NFL, but I'll take it. Lions, Packers. Ooh. Packers favored by 1.5 at home in Lambeau. With the debut of the number 1 that Curly Lambeau wore, Micah Parsons, in front of the cheeseheads over there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Who are the Detroit Lions? Oh, they were just the number 1 seed in the NFC last year.
What?
They lose all their coordinators, though. Nobody knows what's going on anymore.
Not making the playoffs.
They got lucky last year. Yeah. Peter Schrager, man who we respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like.
Love you, Schrager.
Love you, Shakes.
Says Detroit Lions not even making the playoffs. Now, at that moment, we thought he was stupid. Doesn't mean we don't still respect and appreciate it. That is certainly something. MCDC is the culture there, in my eyes. So the way he has talked about having to change over coordinators, and obviously every team hopes to be successful enough that every other team wants their coordinators. So this is something that MCDC is certainly prepared for or wished for with his program. But he has said, if I'm doing this right, you can take me out of here, man, and they'll just continue to operate.
Yep.
So I think the way he's viewing it is like, okay, how you doing? They're underdogs to start the season. Fox, anything I need to know about this Lions team?
No, amen to every single word you just said. I'll give you guys one stat. Jared Goff in week 1 in his career, 8-0 against the spread. I personally feel like this is kind of a TCU North Carolina situation. We're TCU. No one's talking about us. Everyone's talking about Green Bay. They got a new toy. Everyone's excited about them in the NFC North. So I think Dan Campbell's going to take a little bit of motivation from that. And I really like what we can do in Lambeau this weekend.
I'll tell you what, man. Sonny Dykes had those guys ready to go, man. Fucking had them, man. I like the Lions plus 1.5.
You can get them at plus 2.5.
Boom.
Jeez.
Perfect. I'll do that. Give me the Lions at plus.
I don't know. Just a book is offering plus 2.5. I don't know what to tell you.
It did move a point since the trade.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking super boot probably. If I had to guess.
Sounds like a super boost.
Ty, Green Bay Packers owner at Lambeau, Micah's debut, a strip sack scoop score would be outrageous and certainly possible. Jared Goff gets the ball out quick. They run a lot of quick throws. At least with Ben Johnson, they did that. Do you have any worries about what the Lions are going to look like? Do you think you're not going to know who they are? Do you think LaFleur is going to have some questions?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I agree with Foxy. I don't love going into this game that people are acting like the Lions didn't win 15 games last year and that they fucking stink because they, have had their way with the Packers really in the Dan Campbell era for the most part. I think they're a little bit more talented than Bill Belichick's North Carolina team, so I don't know if we're going to get like a 45-16 type deal. But, I mean, Jordan Love already said it. Hey, I can see it right now. Defense gets announced first. Mike is the last guy out. The Lambeau goes fucking crazy. I think there's a good chance that's going to happen. I like the Packers. I really do. Again, everyone's kind of been gassing them up saying, hey, Jordan Love MVP. Packers might go to the Super Bowl. But I really do think it's time. And I think Josh Jacobs, he played very well against the Lions both times last year. I don't think Love needs to go out there and throw for 350 for the Packers to win. But I do think they get it done at home. They need to.
AJ, did you hear Micah said he hates Detroit?
I did. Yeah, I did. And he also said he loves a prophet, too, after Jordan Love, kind of said exactly what should happen and what is most likely going to happen on Sunday. Give me the Packers at whatever line Tone wants to give me. Whatever.
1.5.
Okay, I get it at 1.5? All right.
Yeah.
Tone's not giving us lines.
Defensive
These are-
touchdown.
Well, you got you're minus 2.5, obviously.
No, plus.
Well, these are the
So the
lines.
way it works in gambling is the favorite is minus.
Yes.
And the underdog is
You
plus.
guys been telling me this for like 5 years. I know.
Yeah. So what? So then what?
I'm saying, what do I get it at? If
Packers are
I
minus.
get different.
The best number you can get the Packers at is minus 1.5.
Is the lowest minus
Give me
number,
that.
and the best number for the other team is the
Yes.
highest plus number.
Which
Okay.
is plus 2.5.
So that's why he has plus.
I'm taking minus 1.5. Green Bay.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
Boom.
Hawker.
Nailed it.
I get
And
it.
shout out to like you think Tone's writing these down like it's deal or no deal.
The Chad GP Tone
I know he's
produced it.
surfing the web, getting the best lines.
Yeah. Tone, can you give me this? You're like you're negotiating.
What numbers can you give me on this one, Tony?
Let's try it.
What did you say? Defensive Tud?
I think a defensive tud in this game for sure.
Whoa.
Don't know what
Which-
team, but
oh,
I think
yeah,
there will
yeah.
be one. Yeah.
What are the odds on that? Just any
Just a
team
hunch?
defensive Tud?
Let me look.
Probably 300.
Should be hard.
Grant gets loose too, man. Lions secondary has a lot of takeaways.
And Jordan Love
so
likes
the
to give
Packers
it.
last year.
Yeah.
Packers secondary.
The,
Jalen McKinney
uh,
led the NFL.
A defense to score, it was plus 700.
There it is. That's a winner.
That's a big one, Gumps. I
That's a
love
winner.
that. Let's go Texans, Los Angeles Rams. Texans had a down year last year. A lot of injuries. C.J. Stroud rolling back into this year with a lot of people thinking he's going to be back at his best form like he was his rookie year. Los Angeles Rams have Matthew Stafford back. He was in the back of a trailer for a little bit. People were wondering what the hell was wrong with him. Well, he's got Devontae Adams now, wide receiver. Puka Nakua's there. They got a run game that's insane, and Sean McVay is still a super genius. They almost knocked off the Philadelphia Eagles last year during that Philadelphia Eagles dominant run. They were the closest, came down to final possession. They were on the 15, I think, or maybe the 10 to go in and score. And then Jalen Carter said game over. And he decided not to spit on anybody. So he actually got to play in the next game, which is a great thing for all parties. I like the Los Angeles Rams. I also like the Houston Texans. Give me the Houston Texans plus 3.5 or whatever is the biggest line that I can get.
3.5 is the biggest.
Okay, Gumpy, how do you feel about that?
I'm worried about the Texans' O-line. Trade away Tunsil. There's a lot of unknowns there. I like the Rams covering the 3.5 here.
AJ,
Rams, you
they're
can-
in who?
Rams, you
Go
can
ahead,
get Rams, you could get at 3.
Thank you. I'll take the 3.
Whose house?
Rams house.
All right, give me the Texans here. Give me the Texans. So I get the Texans at plus 3.5.
Yes,
then,
you
right?
do.
I don't love how good the Rams D line is and how they can
Yes.
get pressure. I do not feel great about that. But I think I assume that the Houston Texans feel like, hey, no one's giving us a chance. No one's talking about us. Like our backs against the wall. We need to remind people who we are.
I forgot about that D line. Give me the Rams, actually, minus 3.
You had them
like the
first, I
Rams at
think.
minus-
I think you had the Rams.
No, I texted them.
Oh,
I
did you? Oh,
texted
my
them.
bad. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams minus 3. The biggest issue last year was C.J. Stroud had no time, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the kind of
No line.
Yeah, no Joe Mixon. Chubb, I think, is going to be their starter, and then no Christian Kirk. Jaden Higgins, rookie, will start.
Piling on me now.
On the other side.
Oh yeah,
I'll stay with the
Paul,
Texans. Give me the Texans.
Nico Collins.
Nope.
Yeah.
I like that. I would take the Rams minus 3, even though love the Texans. Sunday Night Football. Here we go. MVP versus MVP. Team that needs Super Bowl versus team that needs Super Bowl. Team that can win Super Bowl versus team that can win the Super Bowl. Both teams representing the AFC. Of the East, it's the Buffalo Bills playing host to the AFC North Baltimore Ravens. Now, Dan Orlovsky said, Lamar Jackson's got more pressure to win a Super Bowl than Josh Allen. How many Super Bowls has Josh Allen won, Gumpy?
0.
Josh Allen feels the pressure of having to win a Super Bowl as well. Both these guys understand their legacy is that they are great quarterbacks. Will they be immortal? Will they win Super Bowls? That is the only thing they're hunting. The Buffalo Bills went all in this offseason. Brandon Beane was actually looking for money in the cushions of couches so he could pay for more players to come up there to Buffalo. They got an OG back in Jordan Poyer on the defensive side. They maybe have the best left tackle in football who likes to drift the shit out of cars. And Josh Allen is the prototype of what everybody's looking for. Now, Lamar Jackson, impossible to find. Unicorn, 1 of 1. I was watching his Louisville highlights just the other day. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Dog. I couldn't even fathom trying to prepare for him. I wish I was on a show like College Game Day whenever he was in college. Holy shit. I would have been losing my mind every single weekend. And then remember, he was told he's going to be a wide receiver. Him and his mom hung in the pocket. Now what does he become? Oh, the guy with the highest passer rating in the NFL and also the most rush yards at the quarterback position. And he's the most explosive player on the field whenever he's on the field. He's primed and ready to go with an absolute workhorse in Derrick Henry, who's still in his prime, and KVN and the boys on the defensive side alongside Kyle Hamilton. got Chucky Pagano delivering donuts on Saturdays before walkthrough.
Yes, she does.
I love that this is Sunday Night Football Week 1. I am thankful that this is Sunday Night Football Week 1. And AJ, I can't wait for you to pick this game first and tell me why.
I will gladly pick this game first. So I am biased because I saw about 20 minutes of a Hard Knocks episode a couple days ago on the Buffalo Bills. And watching those guys interact and making pizzas, is it Connor McGovern, their center, watching him make pizzas with the O-line and hearing them congregate in their fellowship together and watching how these dudes love each other. Give me the Buffalo Bills here. What's my line going?
Plus
my
1.5.
Plus 1.5. Here we go.
I will say, Hard Knocks makes you fall in love with everybody. And the Buffalo Bills are certainly another example of that. I love that team. I love that city. I love that community. I like how nice they are to us. Baltimore Ravens, not really. Yeah, not
At
really.
all?
You know, at all, like kind of not.
Kind
at
of
all,
hate
but
the
we're-
Ravens now that we're talking about it, actually.
No, I love the Ravens. I love the Ravens just strictly because how fun Lamar is to watch. And their defense, growing up in Pittsburgh, you understand the respect everybody has for Baltimore and their defense. And it's like that is continued. I got massive respect for the Baltimore. Who do you like?
Is there a reason why the line flipped, Tone? It was plus 1.5 Ravens yesterday.
I do not know.
All right, I still like the Ravens to win it.
You could get them at -1, the Ravens.
There it is.
I'll take the Ravens as well. I'll take the Ravens as well.
What a game. What a game. I love
Chuck
that.
Pagano undefeated after returning back to the NFL.
True story.
You go, Chuck.
That's what it's going to say.
Come on,
That's what we're going
Chuck.
to say Monday morning. We're going to say this guy's off to a hot start.
Tina's going to be
Undefeated.
eating his ass.
So hot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, there's no
If
waffling.
they don't win,
Yo.
if they
No,
don't
there's-
win,
I don't think that's
if they don't win,
It's not a punishment for Chuck.
if they don't win,
There's no waffling.
Chewing his ass check.
just if they don't win.
I don't think I think there's no waffling happening with Chuck. All right. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Tomorrow, college game day is going to be electric. I
Hell
think.
yeah.
It's right in the middle of campus. Awesome. I mean, it's literally right in the middle of campus. It's an interesting setup here. This one's different than everywhere else. We are literally right in the middle of campus. Like there's
Sweet.
2 sidewalks, and we're right in the middle.
Right on the
building.
quad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it called a quad if there's no close? If it's more of a U, would that be a
Right on to you.
truck?
Did you have a quad at WVU?
I'm sure there's one somewhere. That's on campus? I don't know. I don't know.
Somewhere.
I assume there is one somewhere. It was great, though. It was an honor to be there when I was there at the quad at West Virginia University. You guys have a quad in Columbus?
We have the Oval, it's called.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because the O. Because
The
the
Oval
O.
off.
So it might be
How about
the
thi-
U.
Yeah.
How about this game? How about this game? Talks the table. Make a pick.
Oklahoma. Ooh, man.
Ties on Oklahoma. Connor's on.
I'll take Michigan
have
plus
to-
5.5.
Don't have to do spread. No, just winner.
Oh. Yeah, Oklahoma.
Okay, Oklahoma, 2 at the Talks the table. 1.5 of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP Tone. Who do you like?
I'm going to. Michigan.
Nice.
That'd be a huge win for Sharon Moore and Bryce Underwood, who just turned 18 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's this tall. He's
That block he laid was awesome. I just
Crack
saw that
back.
last night. That was sick.
insane. Gumpy?
Michigan for sure.
Jesus.
They're good, man. They just need a quarterback. A completely different team with him.
AJ, you're never going to pick the team up north, huh?
I think Michigan's really good. I do, but I think Oklahoma wins this one.
Yeah, red team. You know, not Michigan.
I like
There was
Venables
zero-
too. I'm biased towards Venables as well. I love his energy. I love his pizzazz.
If Venables doesn't shut down a 18-year-old on the road at home in his first real start, because New Mexico just started their football team last year, I think.
I don't know.
Then
if
there's
that's
a chance.
Mexico can play.
Their coach is
That's
awesome
on me.
too,
That's
by
on
the
me.
way.
First game I've ever seen. Then there's a chance Underwood might be the greatest quarterback that college football has ever seen if he does that.
I might have talked to a coach from Michigan last night,
Okay.
and what was being said about Bryce Underwood was like, hey, here, elite, like super mature, super. He's getting paid more money than anybody in the history of college ball, and he's probably been recruited since he's, 13 years old?
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I guess mentally, like, he's even more impressive somehow than his physical stature and what he's able to do there. And they're like, when he showed up at 17, it was like everybody was just wildly confused that humans could be like this. You know, like they had no idea. The ball comes out real clean. I mean, real clean throw. And then in between the ears, I guess he's like poised, confident, comfortable, approachable, but also like knows what's going on the other side. They're like, this is the one. This is Neo here, is what they're saying about him. So if he's able to make a Venables defense at home here in Norman, which should be insane, if he's able to have success against them, obviously we're going straight into Heisman conversations for this Bryce Underwood kid as an 18-year-old. And it's like, let's go. And then on the other side, Mateer, he might do the same shit. He's getting a huge game here, fresh off a massive one last week. It's like, I like these early weeks because we have no idea who's going to show up. We have no clue who is who, you know? And it should be a blast tomorrow morning, AJ. I appreciate the hell out of you driving over to the Thunderdome, brother.
Oh, of course. It's awesome. Good to see you with the boys. Good to see you and Gump. I mean, I think this game's going to be awesome. Oklahoma, Michigan for real. What a good early matchup. We don't have a ton of other matchups on the slate for college that are super high powered, but I like this.
Whoa.
I like the Illinois-Duke game. No joke. I think Illinois is very,
San
very
Jose
solid
State's
football team.
pretty legit this year. Texas.
WVU against Ohio Bobcats. I'm gonna be watching
Yeah.
that one. I promise you.
The border
Thank
war.
you.
War. The border war.
Yep.
Don't sleep on South Florida. Florida now. South Florida
Yeah,
killed Boise State.
Florida, the 17.5-point favorites over USF.
Yeah, that one feels like a lot of points. Florida has tough next 7 weeks.
Dude, their schedule is hell.
Seven. I don't even know if
Long
it's 6
time.
weeks, but count this USF game as a tough one. Like this is not a gimme here. But if you're to look at the Florida schedule preseason, looking at it, you would think somebody hates Billy Napier.
It's hell. Same as it was last year. Exact same.
Yeah, because midway through the year, remember Billy Napier was getting called to get fired, and then we looked at their schedule and it was like, buddy, you got no cupcakes coming over 5-6 weeks. But then he started winning those games, and that's when it was like, wait a minute, Napier has his culture set. Lagway might be a guy. It's like they got it again. They got Florida. They got Miami. They got LSU.
Texas.
They got Texas.
Tennessee.
Yeah, they got
Who's making that
A&M.
schedule? Why would you
Dude,
do
it's
that?
hell. It's a gauntlet.
Texas. Yeah, did we say Texas? I think they got Texas.
Yeah.
Don't they have another Florida? Don't they have Florida State? mixed in
Florida
there,
State
too?
to end the season. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. They got everybody we said. Everybody that is difficult. Georgia as well. Yeah.
At LSU. At night.
At A&M. That's going to be a fucking
At
nightmare.
Ole Miss.
Elko's got another year under his belt down there. Yeah.
They got Georgia at home, though. They're okay.
Yeah,
It'll be all right.
That won't be too bad.
They should let Billy Napier at the end of the year just rank the top 10 because he's played them all.
Seriously.
Like, hey, who would you say is the most difficult? Good luck down there, boys, at the Gators.
I bet
Hey,
Bill-
Lagway knows. Lagway knows.
Napier will figure it out.
And we appreciate you scheduling that, to go back to Saban's point. We appreciate these tough games being scheduled because it's good for college ball as a whole. We're lucky to be here. Let's have the greatest weekend of all time. Football is all the way back. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Great work over there, boys. Behind the glass. Good work all week.
You too, dude.
You too.
Well done. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
To the Foxy department, the graphic boys, way to go, boys.
Way to go.
Done.
Hell yeah, boys. Good job.
To the Toxic table, you guys crushed it. Way to go.
Thank you. You too, brother.
Tone, way to go this week. Good luck. Hope the Steelers are a good team this year, not a bad one.
And also to you, brother.
Must win.
Thank you. Happy NFL football day.
No one else
AJ,
said
you're
that.
the best. Thanks for traveling up. Nobody except for you.
Yep.
That was tough yesterday. I just ducks on a pond all over the fucking place. That's how it's going to be sometimes. You got to get above that. You got to look around sometimes and realize, like AJ Hawk would say, we are in the good old days right now.
Living the good old days.
This is it.
This is it.
We're in football season. Every team, except for Alabama, has hope. That was fucked up.
Oh,
that was,
jeez.
You guys still have hope. There's a lot of
Just one game.
I know. That you didn't deserve it. Roll Tide. We still got every team still has a lot of hope. Okay, not Ohio University. They got a tough one this weekend, but every fan base has an opportunity to say we could be champions. Let's live in this moment because in a few weeks there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to say we're ass. We don't have a chance. We're just going to try to ruin somebody else's season, ruin somebody else's chance of going and getting a trophy. So at this moment, this weekend, let's look around and say, this is what we fucking came here for.
Hell yeah.
Okay? Let's enjoy it all. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. ESPN crew that set this all up, thank you so much. Thank you. Great work. Incredible work. Incredible work.
You too, Mike.
Audio, camera, everything.
Good job,
Barcodes, crew. Appreciate that.
Great work,
Ryan,
camera.
Good job, Kevin.
Did a great job.
Good job, Ryan.
Get a drink,
Hey,
Ryan.
Rhino.
Maybe find a hobby or a new job.
Yo.
He just threw a paper.
Yeah,
That was
bad.
your
See, that was a good gimmick right there, Ryan. You should have done that
See what
instead
I
of holding
sent
up.
you?
wasn't bad.
Did you see what I sent in the group text?
Yeah, I saw it.
Can somebody pull that up? Can we? There it is.
Oh, there it is, Con. You saw it now. There it is.
I already seen this, but again, it wasn't live. Who knows if that actually happened?
It did. I was here. My eyes saw it. So did Gumpy.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's
mine
a beautiful thing. It's all right. Next time. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together.
Scott's on the
Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.